So, this game is Scooby-Doo Simulator, but edgier. And thus so, it is a mechanic that, um, well, I'll tell you, what you guys have been fighting so far, the dogs, in game mechanic terms, were minions. With as far as you guys are aware, with the taller creature being a the monster of the week, if that makes any sense.
What was the taller
The
creature?
Say again.
What was the taller creature?
It was the one that stole your mom, the one that
Oh
Soph
yeah.
drew.
Oh, that was okay.
It is very distinct from the dogs. You guys have fought, as far as you guys have seen, you have seen two dogs. One that you fought and killed in the first session, and one that beat the shit out of Blake, and then he came back with a myriad of people who then proceeded to beat the shit out of the dog, as well as the taller creature. Also, I have come up with a name for them because of the way their face unfolds, and I'm hoping to retcon this so that we can just pretend like they've come up with it. Bloomers
Oh, wow.
as a generic name, with the dogs being bloom dogs and the tall thing being a bloom walker.
I think bloomers is actually a term for one of the generations of people we have on the earth right now.
Isn't that boomers?
There's boomers and there's bloomers.
Well, then this is even more accurate because this is the reincarnation of all the. No, it's not.
Let me actually. I'm curious now. I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Bloomers is an old timey word for underwear.
Oh,
That
that's
is
I do
also
know that.
true.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you guys have not yet fully fought the actual monster, and I will tell you that the way this game is set up, you guys cannot kill the main creature without knowing its weakness and using its weakness against it, whatever that may be. However,
Um,
Yeah, there's baby boomers and there's baby bloomers. The bloomers were 55 to 70.
oh damn. Okay, wait, that means my parents were bloomers? No, maybe? No, I guess they were just outside of bloomers. My dad's just outside of being a bloomer. I did not know that. That's a group that I don't think a lot of people talk about.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think they were definitely smaller than the boomers. So
Oh yeah. So I will tell you guys that going into the situation, if everyone just decides to open fire on this thing, it will not die, unless you know what you're doing. So it is very much within the realm of the game to learn what you can and get the fuck out, and then come back with something more, or learn on the spot and then use that knowledge on the spot to deal with shit. Uh, Honestly, however you guys choose to approach it, but I will tell you guys in the game mechanics, this thing, as far as is, you can do a lot of damage to it. Maybe even slow it down or make it want to flee. But unless you know what you're doing or accidentally do exactly what you need to do, you will not kill it. So this is where it's kind of Scooby-Doo Simulator.
okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna make a hard read really quick.
mhm.
We're gonna have to, and this is even if it's not true. This is my personal headcanon. We're gonna have to shove some McDonald's down its throat.
For
This
all
thing
you
is
know,
allergic to
look,
McDonald's.
all I'm saying
Yeah.
is you've never seen a Bloomer and McDonald's in the same location. All right?
Exactly.
It is actually
Hmm.
allergic to filet-o-fishes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the regular generic ones.
So this is where these
Oh
questions come
my.
up. As an example, and the questions that you guys ask change the game in your favor, because when you roll well, you can change the game in your favor by asking me questions that I have to give you information that I might not want to give you if I'm trying to kill you. But if you roll shitty, I can do things to you guys that you wouldn't have wanted to happen to you, which is an example being Kenny essentially obliterating the thing on a good roll. And Blake, earlier on in that session, when he asked, I think you were doing a read a bad situation. Uh, what was it? No, was it? Oh, you were doing investigate a mystery, Blake, and you asked what can it do when you were fighting the dog inside the factory. And upon asking that, I was able to tell you that the claws on the Bloom dogs do a lot less damage than the mouth does, and that is a definitive answer that you, the player, now know. Whether or not your character wants to reveal it to the rest of the party, if that makes any sense. So if you guys go downstairs and are able to ask a question, I mean, there's literally a question called, what can hurt it? In Investigate a Mystery, or what sort of creature is it? Things like these questions will help you really suss out the situation. Now, I don't want to pigeonhole you into a section because however you approach the situation, I can't tell you how this is gonna go. But Alexa, show me this. No, I'm not. Never mind, Alexa. Kenny.
Oh,
God, I'm too smart.
Okay, Google, show me this guy's balls. Approach the situation with caution. If you go in guns blazing, one of you might die. IRL. If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Fuck, I'm rushing in. Holy shit.
Jesus. All right.
Wow.
Are there any questions about the mechanics of the game, or any things you want clarified within reason before we get started here?
So investigative mystery is a role,
Yes.
and there's one thing that I'm able to do. The oops doesn't require a dice roll, right?
Let me take a look at your spreadsheet here. Oops does not require a roll. Panic
Okay.
button does require a roll, though.
Right.
Which could be valid here, might not be. Yeah, oops does not require a roll. I would like to say a soft once per session. I'd like you to do that just so that, because you could very much be like, oops. I'm like, okay, here's a
Yeah,
cool
I didn't
thing.
want to I didn't want to keep using it.
No, I appreciate that because
Yeah.
it doesn't give you a limit on that. But I will tell you, you get a soft once per session on that. If you can,
Okay.
and I told this to Kenny earlier. If you guys level up and gain new things, or you're trying to do something that might sound silly, if you can justify it to me, we can work it out.
Okay.
Like if Sam, if you say I'm going to levitate into the air and turn myself into a missile and launch myself at this thing, technically that would be a use magic roll, but I'm not going to let you do that because that's not
Okay.
that's not something you could argue to me.
Yeah, that's just something my character would do. Okay.
But if you're ever like, oh, I don't want to do this because I don't know if I can, feel free to say I'd like to do this. I'll tell you like straight up like, go ahead, or no, you can't do that. So.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I'd like Kenny to get some bitches.
Roll for bitches.
Rolling for bitches.
Did this happen last session?
Did this happen last session?
I feel like this
Are we
might have
just
happened
rolling-
last session. Did Kenny roll for bitches
Roll.
last session?
2d6 -1. Hold on.
What would
I'm
that
gonna
go
fuck it up.
under?
Wait, why didn't... Oh, you put a space. What? Dice Maiden.
Dice bot broken.
Dice bot better not be broken.
Is it
Oh.
slash commands now?
I guess so. That's new.
Well,
So, I guess that's another change. It's slash roll instead of exclamation point roll.
yo, Kenny got bitches,
Result 10. I got 6.
and that was on a -1 roll. I got an 11.
Yeah, yours is a success. Mine is a failure.
Kenny got
Told you.
bitches.
Unlike real life.
Okay, buddy.
All right, for real. Any more questions, guys? I will take your silence as
set.
no. Alrighty then. So where we last were, Kenny beat the ever-loving fuck out of one of the Bloom dogs, and you guys have now approached the edge of the open trapdoor that leads into the downstairs basement. One of the things Kenny recognized that I don't know if you revealed to the rest of the party in character is that it seems like only things have been kidnapped. Upon using your luck. So, the last thing, you guys standing around the central hatch that leads down into the basement where there is an unknown entity, or unknown amount of entities. And Evelyn turns to all of you and says, well, who's going down first?
We're in the building.
You guys are in the building standing around the trapdoor that leads downstairs that you have been to, or that you got to last time.
Are we supposed to talk?
Evelyn asked a question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoever wants to answer, feel free to.
Who, man, dude.
I'm gonna push Evelyn down first.
You gonna push her?
Yeah, I'm pushing her down.
Are you hardcore nudging her down there?
Like, hey, Evelyn, you're the adult here. I think you maybe. I mean, you're the most adult here. I think maybe you should, go and check it out, huh? How about that?
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I guess that would make the most sense. All right. And Evelyn proceeds to holster her firearm and begins climbing down the ladder slowly. Is anyone following her? Who's going down next? Is everyone going down?
I'll be going down.
Is there any hesitation on anybody's part?
No.
I'm definitely kind of hesitating, but I'll probably stay in the back, kind of like I already have been.
All right. Then you guys all work your way down the trapdoor into the basement. Down in the basement, Evelyn's the first to get off. You guys all get down okay. And you're able to kind of reassess your gear. And you find yourself in this underground... It's almost like a storage section of this factory. Like, you see large shelves full of boxes, maybe some piping overhead. This place is probably... once you'd gotten down the stairs, you realize that the floor from above is the ceiling down below, and the actual darkness of the shaft, like where you're enclosed inside the shaft, is actually pretty short. And you got like a decently high ceiling, like maybe 15, 20 feet up.
I turn to Kenny and say, you know something about short shafts.
Actually, Kenny's roll for bitches would hereby indicate that his shaft is nothing like this one.
That's true. Gain 1 experience for shaft.
Gaining 1 experience for shaft.
Leveled up shaft real quick. But you guys are able to
Rolling for shaft.
Yeah. Looking around, in addition to all this, there's some dim fluorescent lights overhead that have gone long since yellow, working on some sort of backup generator that's been, or maybe even solar power or wind power, but, something that's not super well wired. So you have intermittent sections of darkness throughout here. Off in the distance, you can hear a vague muffled groan, and somewhere else you hear some... you would describe as slithering.
So snakes?
Maybe.
What does it smell like?
That's a good question. It smells damp and rusty, which you're not too surprised by when you're in the basement of an old rusted factory in the middle of the Alaskan wilderness. But you also smell something kind of, it's not rotted. Like, I don't know if your character has had experiences with dead people, but it's not a dead person smell. It's it stings your nose. It's not even like sulfurous. It's like it almost smells like the smoke that comes off of a firework. You know, it's something that feels unnatural about the smell, and that smell is pervasive. Like as soon as you got down here, you could smell that. And you can tell that this is not something that was, I guess, native to the factory. Because whatever this place was, you would expect to smell oil down here. But this is not an oil smell. So you guys are down at the bottom. What is your... you can see there's basically just one path ahead. But with these shelves on your left and right, they're interspersed like cross... what are they, intersections, like where you can, they're like shopping aisles of a warehouse, but right now you guys just have one path ahead. So what's your guys' move?
Who has a flashlight? Does anybody have a flashlight?
I mean, if someone needs a flashlight, I guess I could take my phone out.
Oh yeah, I have a phone too. I forgot about that.
That's true, I'll let that happen. If you guys have your phones, you can use your phones as flashlights. It would be silly of you guys to go into this big dark place without a form of light.
Yeah.
All right. You can't with your flashlights out. You guys don't really see all that much more, but it'll probably help you in trying to navigate this place through some of the darker sections.
I think it would probably be best if we did a little surveying the area. Follow this path to wherever it leads, but then whenever we get there, we should split up, gang.
All right. What
Ruh-roh.
what do you think should be the groups? I mean, perhaps I
Who's
should
with
go
us?
with Neil. It's
Isn't there
Evelyn,
like
Neil, Corey, and Avery.
wasn't
That's just the group.
the hippie guy was there too, wasn't he?
Hippie guy drove you guys in, but he is not in like fighting shape. He's old as shit.
And
And
high.
We should have fucking dragged him down his bait.
I,
We
I
can
don't
go back.
I don't think
Can we use
I
his
don't
old
think they
frail
would have been a
body
big
as-
fan of that.
You can't use his old frail bones as fucking. Can't put him on a fly hook, on a fly fishing hook and bait the monster out.
Bro.
I second that idea.
Are you guys having this conversation in game?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think Evelyn. You even see Evelyn like scrunch her eyebrows. Like, would that work? No.
It's him or you, Evelyn.
No, I'm definitely not Evelyn. And that is not in the game. Let's see.
Oh, that's not Evelyn. Wouldn't say that.
Actually, she might raise her eyebrows though.
And go. No, that wouldn't. That it would work, but that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Do we have?
I feel like if we
What-
flood this hole with hippies, the monster will be forced to come out and won't be able to deal with all the numbers. Hold
I should probably ask. Are we still on just one path?
There is like one main path ahead of you, but after like 20 feet, it splits like where you can go left, you can go right, you can keep going forward. You can tell this is like, it's like aisles of boxes, and you guys are in one of the aisles.
Gotcha. So are we at like a three-way fork then?
Like a four-way fork is ahead of you.
Oh,
where one of the ways is like just back to the thing. It's a cross shape intersection, and you're at one of the points of the cross.
okay.
So what do you do?
I think we walk down and I'll take Corey and we'll let Neil and uh oh my
Evelyn.
goodness, Evelyn. Sorry,
Oh, good.
we'll let Neil and Evelyn split off and we'll survey.
I'm good with that.
Whatever you think
Okay.
is best, Neil.
I have a pistol. What do you have? Fucking, what's your name? Avery?
That's a real in-world question.
What kind of weapons do you have, Avery?
Currently I've got a rifle, I've got some throwing knives, and I've got brass knuckles.
And that big dick energy I'm sensing. I think we're good.
Yeah, about it. I did roll for shaft length, and I'm tugging a 7 incher, so I'm doing just fine. Uh,
hmm You push the ruler into the bone, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We measure from underneath. Above, above tells lies. Okay.
I think we're packed. I think we're packing heat. Well,
Yeah,
at least
true,
one of
true,
us
true.
is.
All right. So what's your guys' move?
Mm, move.
Um,
March.
I guess we can split off into the two groups. If
Search
Coming
for
up on this
clues.
path, going straight just leads you into a wall because these are aisles. But you could go. Let's say you guys are heading towards there, and you hit that intersection where you look left, and there are intermittent lights that lead off into the distance, and you look to your right, and it's about the same. There's another light off to the side over on that side, but nothing that looks abnormal for a factory.
I'm gonna. Is there any pick upable rocks?
Uh, there's some like metal scrap on the ground, maybe some like chunks of wood, old screws that have been like bolts or something that have been sitting around. Yeah, you can pick something up and throw it.
Pick up a piece of metal and throw it down the hallway.
The left or the right hallway?
Uh, right.
Right hallway. Well, I mean, you throw it, and it makes. You guys have been having a conversation, and during this time, that slithering noise has gotten a lot quieter.
I've
And
heard about
upon
that.
throwing it down that way, uh, it rings throughout the place, and maybe it quiets all of you guys for a moment. But after the ringing goes away, of hearing it clatter and that clatter noise bouncing around, you notice you really can't hear all that much, except for some whimpering. Uh, actually,
Whimpering?
actually coming from your left side.
Say, Avery, is that you or is that something else?
No, I don't whimper. I got a 7 incher, bro. Sorry. Uh, I will drop this narrative. It does not need to keep going like this.
Eventually.
wow,
If you keep talking about your penis, I will go with the other team. Um,
is this is the quieting of the monster something we need to be worried about?
That's a good question. Are you wanting to ask one of your questions here?
We
Um,
do have a few questions before. Maybe are we? We're already split off from each other. Yeah.
I think you guys
Maybe
were
would be a
about
good way
to,
to
and
communicate this.
Blake
yeah.
through something, or did you guys fully break off before Blake
I don't
brought
we
up
think
a
did.
I don't
point?
think we fully did it. No.
Okay.
I was attempting to.
Yeah.
You guys hear the whimpering and don't really hear much anymore. you still have 2 questions from read a bad situation left. You don't have to use them, and to be clear, these questions will dictate situations of the game in your favor and helping you understand something.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to do them now, and there are questions that you can't ask, like you asking, "Is there a smell in here?" Like that's a question I can say, "Yeah, I'll tell you some shit about that." You would suspect. I would say you would suspect that not being able to hear the creature is not a great thing because then you really can't pinpoint where it was last time you heard it.
I don't know if that helps. Um. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think we should split off into two? See if we can take um the wide routes and then try
Let's
to meet
find.
up.
Let's look for some clues, gang.
All
Yeah,
right.
before you get split off, let's make sure we're not trying to engage this thing. We should not touch this thing until we know what we're up against, really.
Evelyn's holding her gun. She's like, I should I not, and points to like the barrel section of the gun, and then points off into the distance.
Yeah, hold off for now, Evelyn.
Okay.
Okay. That was funny, actually.
All right. So
Okay,
you guys
then
are
I think
splitting
we're
up.
ready to split up.
Which one of you guys is going left, and which one's going right?
I'm going righty.
You going right?
Yeah, me and Corey got right.
Okay, we'll take the left since it's not being occupied.
And I think
Right,
you said you threw the thing down the left, and you heard stuff on the right, right?
no, I threw it on the right.
You threw it down the right. Okay. So as you guys are stepping away, Blake and Avery, what are you guys doing? As you're
Searching for
going down the
clues.
way, what's your methodology here?
We're looking around.
Just pointing your flashlight in every which way, going down, just walking down the sections.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose I'm trying to be a little discreet, probably, but not like to where I'm like being slow or anything. I'm not trying to like shine it in this thing's eyes and let it know we're here.
All right. None of you guys are still hearing anything as you're working your way down through this thing. Sam, as you are working your way down the left path with Evelyn kind of leading the two of you and you sitting in the back, you guys kind of like it's like 4 or 5 rows down, which really isn't all that far away from where you guys just came from. You start to see some slime on the ground.
Oh no, it's slime time.
It's like this greenish brown substance that is accruing around, and you might muster to believe that that is the source of some of the smell.
Am I within enough distance to communicate with Avery and Corey by mouth?
Oh yeah, none of you guys like really moved all that far away, but
Okay.
it would not be the most discreet way of communication. It wouldn't be full on screaming, but it'd be
Okay.
like, "Hey, hey."
Okay. Then since I have my phone out, I end up taking a picture and I text the image to Avery just to let them know.
You guys, I'll say you guys do know that you don't have reception in this section.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, I'm trying to think of a good way. I think it's unreasonable that Shrimp Bitley didn't give you guys walkie-talkies before sending you down here. Or not Shrimp Bitley. It was Vanilla Bean Jean was the one who drove you
Vanilla
guys.
Bean.
So you guys do have walkie-talkies if you need to communicate.
Okay. Okay. I ended up taking out my walkie-talkie, Guys.
That's really good. Holy shit.
I only got it after you said that's really good. I was like, oh my god, that's not not actually a walkie-talkie. He's making the walkie-talkie noise.
I think that was Blake making the walkie. Was that you, Blake?
Oh, that was Blake,
Mhm.
yeah.
That was well timed.
It's really good.
Avery, you have the other walkie-talkie. But he only had two.
Okay. Guys,
All right.
I see some slime over here.
You see what do you see? Slime?
It's Nickelodeon.
What color is the slime again?
It's like a greenish brown substance. It's like hardened
It's like
to
no,
it's
across
the
the
Kids'
floor.
Choice Awards.
Yeah, exactly. It's slime time.
It's
Is that what
it's
they
a
called
lot it's a lot browner than you'd like to be splashed with in the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, okay.
So it's like if you abandoned the Kids' Choice Awards for like 2 years and went back to it and then emptied the barrels.
Yeah.
Aged.
It's got a
Nickelodeon
crust.
slime.
Oh
Mm,
god,
Uh,
way goopier than you'd like.
that's how I like it.
Okay.
as for the
okay.
other two, you guys, while you're hearing this, you guys are still walking down your way, and you actually find that it's not all that far before you hit the end of the path here, and you can actually just see the section up ahead, and it's like it goes from being an aisle with rows to your left and right to being kind of this more open space with boxes here and there. While he's saying this, you guys are maybe like 30-40 feet away from like the entrance to this section, and you see what that weird light off in the distance was, and it's a red a big red light directly above a door. But you guys actually, upon him mentioning slime, you maybe look around and find that there is not any slime over here.
Slimeless area.
I know, you guys are in a slimeless zone.
Are we all together now?
No, you guys went different ways. He just messaged you,
Oh.
and you guys kind of reach the, can see the end of your path where there's a door. It's like
Oh.
up a small
Where's
set of
slime?
stairs leading into a door. They see slime and they're messaging you.
So they see slime, we don't.
No, there's no slime over here. It's a slimeless zone.
I walk you back. What? Fuck. What is it? What is the name? What is Sam? What is your guys' name?
Neil
What was
and Evelyn.
Neil. That's right. Neil. This area is slime less. There's no slime over here,
Yeah, I know.
but there is a door.
I know there's no slime in this area, but Evelyn and I just looked off in a different area. It looks like there's something over there.
You guys
You-
still haven't. Whereas the others have reached the end. Maybe they've mentioned it, but you still have like a Sam. You still have a good distance ahead of you. Before you even reach like a far wall. You haven't seen a far wall with your flashlight and the various lights up above.
Oh.
Say, Neil, just out of curiosity, what does a slime taste like?
Do you really think I'm gonna taste this?
I mean, we are a team, aren't we?
I wouldn't say
You
it's the
have
most
to.
unreasonable question, but I'm not certainly tasting this.
Fine.
I can
I'll
tell
taste
you.
it later.
Take 20 points of damage. So you guys have reached the end of your section while Neil is looking at the slime. Corey and Avery, you guys reached. There is a door up ahead of you, but no slime in your zone. What is your plan here as they continue to move with their way?
I turned to Avery and I say, happiness often sneaks in through a door you didn't know you left open. And I smirk and say, should we open this?
I say, please don't ever talk to me like that again. I'm deeply disturbed, and something tells me that there's no going back from our friendship once we do this.
I say, but Avery, Walt Disney once said we keep moving forward, opening up new doors and doing new things because we are curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. And this looks like a new path.
Well, actually, that's a really nice quote that you have from Walt Disney. But my quote from Sun Tzu from The Art of War. I can't keep this up. I can't.
No, keep going. This is
I'm not
great.
smart enough. I'm not smart enough to do it. I
Just
can't
imagining you
actually quote The
frantically
Art of War.
googling art of war.
Art of War. Art of War. It's open. Okay. Okay. Art of War is open. I'm reading it. Uh,
Meanwhile, Evelyn and I are
Oh shit!
actually catching up.
If you look at chapter 8 in The Art of War, it's just variations of tactics. The basic focus of The Art of War is its eighth chapter is focusing on the need for flexibility in an army's response. It's explaining how to respond to shifting circumstances successfully. I don't know if you're understanding that we need to do what The Art of War is telling us.
All I know is there's a big red lighted door, and there's probably something behind it.
Is there something
Yes.
above the red light?
No. It's just like a red light over. It's like double doors too, and there's a
Okay.
ramp up to it, and there are also stairs to the side, and it's a double door with a red light above it. But there's no window on the door, or if there is, you can't see it, and you can't see through it. As far as you're just hearing all of this, Neil, because you're going the opposite way. You don't have a door ahead of you. You've been dealing with. While they've been deliberating on this, Neil, you and Evelyn have slowly been working your way a little further into this darkness and finding progressively more slime.
Is he stepping on slime?
Are you stepping on slime? There's a lot of it, but it's enough that you could step around if you so choose. Evelyn certainly doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah, I'm stepping around it as much as I can.
Yeah, you are. You actually, while they're having this conversation, you're hearing a bit more of the whimper a little off in the distance, but it's definitely like getting louder, whatever the noise is. And you actually find that you're hearing like a second set of whimpering. But you can't really make it out right now. While you're, I assume you just still kind of, you and Evelyn are still slowly trekking along.
Yeah. While we're checking along, I also pull out my walkie-talkie. Guys, there's now some whimpering in the distance. I think we need to keep our guard up.
Do you think it's the slice? Wait, do you think it's the source of the slime over?
I should probably be asking that.
We also should be careful about how we use our questions and what we're actually looking for, because we do need to make sure that we have a way to kill this thing.
And I will be clear, you will have more you will have more opportunities for rolls. But every time you roll, you have there's a chance for your roll to go bad and for a situation to present itself. Not to say that rolling is a bad move, but
yeah, it is a greater risk.
I'll tell you, you have holds on read a bad situation. You could try to investigate a mystery here, if you choose to. And the same goes for the other two guys. If you're wanting to really delve into what's going on here, because right now all of you are just looking around.
We are in a slimeless zone.
Actually, I guess that's fair. Neil, right now only you are the one who can really investigate a mystery in terms of this. Corey and Avery, as far as you guys are aware, player-wise, really the only thing... You guys can just do stuff. You could go through the door, you can turn back, you can continue to argue over the meaning of Sun Tzu's Art of War. But chances are it won't require a ton of rolls at this moment.
Does the door have a window?
It does not. It is a blank door. It's a
windowless door.
It is. Are y'all checking it out, or are you heading?
I say, I've done this before. I say, step back, Avery, and I go up to the door and I knock on it and put my ear to it, see if I can hear anything.
All right, you knock on it. It resonates through the place. Neil, you can actually hear. You can hear it. This knocking noise that you can only assume is more shenanigans from the person who threw stones down a dark hallway. But you knock on it and you put your ear to it, and you hear nothing on the other side.
Say, well, guess we go in.
Actually, you put your ear to it and you don't hear a response, but listening really closely, you can hear wind, like some gentle wind off in the distance.
I say, well, what do you think? We should go in or not, Avery?
Fuck it, we ball.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, you guys. How do you? Are you just gonna try to open the door?
I'll let Avery do the honors.
Yeah, I'll try and open that door. Is it gonna be stubborn?
You can. You're trying to open the door. And it's just a pull door. It's rusty, and you have to like really wrench it, but you get it open. And off in the distance, both of you guys are looking down the hallway, and there is another. It's like a hatch, almost like a garage door. That's leading down from the ceiling that is currently closed. And as far as you guys can tell, this is, or at least once was, a loading bay. This was that hatch definitely, with some of the light that's coming in from under it, definitely leads to the outside. But you can tell it's going to just lift it. It would probably take some manpower, but there might be, upon first looking around, you don't see anything, but there might be a button or a switch or something somewhere that'll just open it. But you have no guarantee that the electronics work super well here. But yeah, it's a ramp up to like a garage door that's currently closed, and some light is leaking underneath.
Maybe we can get this open to give ourselves a better escape route to escape the slime source. What do you think? We could look around.
Yeah, I like that.
Look under boxes. Lift things.
Wait, so is this hatch at the intersection of where we're supposed to be meeting, or is this something
No,
on Avery and Corey's path?
to dictate what's happened so far, you guys went down the ladder, and you were at like the end of like a grocery aisle that like terminates. You guys went to like the center between two aisles. One of you went left towards more rows, and one of you went right towards more rows. They found a door all the way on the far end in the opposite direction that you're heading, Neil. And on the other side of that door is a loading bay. You are going in the exact opposite direction of that currently.
You have the slime.
You do. You are going into Slime Town.
Okay.
So, Kenny and Blake, are you guys just gonna try to wrench this thing open?
I thought we were looking for like a button or something.
Oh, I mean, if that's what you wanted to do, I'll yeah, you guys look around the place, and you do see like there's this little outcropping on the left. As you go getting closer, it almost kind of looks like not like a gatekeeper, but it's like a guard booth where somebody from inside of there can press a button, and it'll raise and lower the gates, and they can see outside and inside. So they have visible, or they should have visible view of the inside and the outside of the place. But the outside section, the section where it normally, like, you look in there through your window and you see there's a second window, but for whatever reason, that window's blacked out.
Blacked out, like someone painted it.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh,
But inside of there, you do see, like, a lever. A large lever that says door next to it.
Hmm.
what are you humming about, Avery?
I think maybe that might be the lever to the door.
Herm, I think you might be correct.
Hmm.
Herm.
All right, there is a door that leads into, like, just a regular open door that leads into there, but upon trying to open it, you actually find that it is locked.
Herm. Should we try smashing this blacked out window?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
What can we break it with? Is it like a big?
With my brass knuckles,
Oh,
smack it.
You could use your brass knuckles.
Can I punch the blackout window?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll act under pressure because this is
Really?
kind of an extraneous thing. You are doing a little bit more than. You don't know how tough this is, and you are in a somewhat stressful situation.
Okay, so act under pressure for me.
It's your plus your cool.
Yeah, my cool is my -1. Fuck. Roll 2d6 -1.
A 6.
All
right,
not the worst
now-
it could have been.
To be fair, that is a failure, but this is the first time we've had this situation where, Blake, you have an opportunity here. There's an action that you can take called Help Out. You would roll cool. On a 10 plus, you can give him a +1 to his roll, which would put him into the 7 to 9 range, which would be a, give or take, and put him out of the failure zone.
How do I do this?
You roll plus your cool. But if
That's
you
0.
roll bad, then you succumb yourself to whatever danger he might be putting himself at.
Roll the 1.
Wow. Wait, no, you did 1d6.
Oh, 2d6?
Yeah, 2d6. Well, thank goodness. Thank goodness I saw that. I'm like, that shouldn't be possible.
4.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, so
I'm not breaking this window, am I?
I'll let you do one of two things. You can break the window and take some damage, or you can not break the window and something else happen as well.
I'm not fucking with the damage right now.
All right. So you try to break this window, and maybe Blake, you're sitting over on the side with your pistol, just kind of pistol whipping it. Both of you trying to break in, and it is making a racket, more so than the knocks and the coin throwing. And Neil, you can hear somewhere overhead something working its way over in that direction.
It's one tough winder.
Like maybe it was uncomfortably close to on top of you guys, but it is now heading off in another completely other direction of the factory. But you cannot see it currently.
Okay. Pull out my walkie-talkie. Guys, what are you doing?
We're trying to break a window over.
Roger, we're trying to break a window.
There is something headed your way. I heard it on the ceiling.
Keep it fucking busy. Over. Please.
Evelyn pops on the mic and she's like, "Why is that? What could possibly be that way?"
There's a black window and it's not letting us see what's on the other side of it. gotta know.
I don't think this is the place for that. The slime is this way and you're trying to break a goddamn window.
Listen, save some of the slime for later. But we got there's there's a door over here that has sunlight and it might be a good escape route.
Oh, that's actually a good excuse. Um, but yeah, you have now been informed that you have garnered the attention of something in this factory. So Corey and Avery, what do you guys do? Oh, also, both of you guys take a point of experience.
Okay. What do we do?
Yeah, do you keep trying to break in, or do you... You are on a timetable now, because whatever was near Neil is now heading your way.
So, let's try to open the. So, do we have access to the gate?
No, you guys did not successfully break the window yet, and you've been informed of this. You can keep trying if you'd like.
So the gate's on the other side of the blacked out window?
No, the gate is in front of you, but the gate controls are on the other side of this, on the other side of this window. Inside this room, there are two windows, one leading into your section, and one that should be pointed outside, but the one that's pointed outside is blacked out. You can see through this window, and you can see the gate controls, right on the other side.
So we need those controls. We're about to get slimed, my guy. And I pull out my Glock and say, "Your knuckles wouldn't do it, but this baby will." And I attempt to shoot the window out.
All right. I think with the situation being as it is, I don't think I need you to roll on this. You just aim at this thing and fire, and it it shatters the glass. And Neil, you do hear a gunshot go off over on the side. Not entirely sure why, but yeah, this shatters it, guys. And the control, the big lever that says door is directly on the other side of this glass on this control panel.
Oh, that's tad convenient.
I say my dad always said never leave a lever unflipped, so I run towards it.
Yeah, you're already right there.
Fucking
You just
everything,
flip
huh?
it.
I flip the lever.
All right. You flip the lever, and as you do, Avery, you see down at the end of the hall, the silhouette of something slink off of the top of the shelves and land in that foyer right before the first double doors. As you flip that lever, Blake, you can hear the groaning of the machines inside of here as it's trying to open the garage door, and the garage door starts to open, somewhat slowly, and it gets to about halfway up, shin height, before it creaks to a stop, and you can hear the machine groaning.
Shin
And
height?
like halfway up, halfway up your shin. It barely got up before it was really starting to struggle.
I feel like I'd crawl into that.
This is barely small enough for you to not be able to crawl under.
So I can't crawl under it?
No, not yet. And lest we forget, your mother is here.
I totally forgot about that. My character's been way too relaxed. I forgot about that.
So maybe the impulsiveness and defense mechanism of forgetting that your mom is here. But as you maybe go to try to see if you can fit under there, you recall that you might have to help get your mother out of here.
My Mamma Mia can't move though.
Yes.
So I'd have to drag her anyway.
You would have to drag her, but it's going to be very hard to drag someone under a shin height thing.
Isn't that the
Especially
only-
if there's another creature in here for some reason.
Uh,
It would be You currently cannot fit under it. If you were able to raise it a little bit more, maybe you could, but uh, you actually can. You look up at the mechanism up above you, and it just, as far as you can tell, you point your flashlight at it. It just looks straight up jammed right now. While you're doing this, Kenny, you see this thing continuing to slowly slink towards you guys' direction. Or not slowly. It's like it's fast walking. It's not even sprinting. It's just but it is moving in a about as fast as you can move quietly.
Can I look around for a place to hide?
Yeah, you guys could definitely go into the booth. The window is broken now. The booth is like bedroom sized, with like some closet or not closets, but like some lockers on the wall, chairs. There's like control panels, various things that you could potentially hide on or around, but uh, you would be definitely in the. You'd have to go into this room.
Is there any boxes?
Not in that room, no. There's like some lockers, but like the kind of things that you would hang like a coat in. So maybe you could think maybe you could fit in there.
I was put in a few of those in high school.
That's true.
Do I know about the monster, or does Avery only know about it?
Oh no, you Neil informed both of you guys. He's like, "Hey, something's coming your way. What are you doing?"
But Avery sees it.
Avery has now seen it slink down. Kenny, you're still here, right?
I'm still here.
Yeah, yeah. I was checking to see if you were here. You were quiet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep all this together myself. There's a lot going on.
Gotcha.
I have a really hard time visualizing areas. So
Basically, it's you have access to this room. The door is opened a little bit, but seems to be jammed. Part of the mechanism seems to be jammed above. The window is shattered. You guys broke the window because the door was locked, and the other window in there that would be pointed outside is blacked out. There's some lockers, and this creature is coming up upon you. With this thing coming on you, what are you guys doing?
I say, I'm gonna yoink inside this locker.
Yeah, I'll do my best to hide as well. Maybe if there's like a pile of boxes from the warehouse that are, you know, piled near each other, I'll try and hide in there or under a shelf or something.
There's
As well.
another locker in there. There are two lockers.
Okay.
In some areas below like the console.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
like under the okay.
so
Yeah,
I'll have both
I'll
of
hide
you
under
guys.
the console just to separate us so that if one of us gets found out, we don't both.
Gotcha. All right. So before this thing had gotten to you, because you guys had a little bit of time, you both jumped through the window, and I'm going to have you guys roll a second act under pressure here, because you're trying to move quickly and also quietly. But I will give you, with the amount of time that you have, I'll give you in a. I was gonna say +1, but I think it's fair with where the woo. Uh, yeah, can you take another?
Yep.
Blake, you get into the locker, no problem, but you kind of slam it shut, and you can't tell if maybe it was able to hear that noise. Kenny, you full on trip as you come in there. And as you like go to right yourself, Corey has slammed the locker, and you, as you're turning to see the console to your right, from where you had entered, you are able to glimpse back, and the creature is at the window. It is, if Corey had described it before, it is about what she described, and what Vanilla Bean Jean had described. It is a tall humanoid creature with this like head that where all these tentacles have come to a point at the end that almost makes it look like a cone. And it is looking directly in your direction. It has, however, briefly stopped. Maybe it's surprised that to actually see like one of you guys on the floor, but it sees you, and it is now much slower than it was like fast walking, working its way towards you, unpeeling its mouth.
So I'm at like I'm in a bad spot here.
You were in a bad spot here. You were on the ground.
I'm
with this
belly up.
creature slowly approaching.
This creature, this alien-like creature, about to devour me.
Where are Evelyn and Neil in location to all this?
While this has been happening, actually, yeah, let's go back in time just a little bit to see what you guys have been doing. So you heard this thing go overhead, towards them. You were like, "What the fuck are you doing? We're trying to get into a room." You heard a gunshot go off. What was your response to hearing this thing going? Do you continue down your path, or are you like, shit? What would your character be doing in this moment, I should say?
In this moment, Evelyn, I think we need to bolt for that door. I think something happened.
All right, we have to move quickly then. So you guys, I'll say you guys did not move as quickly as the thing did. So you guys are a solid, like few rows behind where it was, and you were, let's say you were moving quickly, but you were definitely not trying to garner its attention, right? Mm-hmm. So you find yourself, what you can do is you can see into this doorway. You guys have reached the end of this like hallway, and now you're looking in through the door, and like what they saw, you see this like partially opened garage door, and this creature that is now staring and slowly entering this room that you can only imagine your friends are in.
So I can't see.
You can't see them, because the thing is going left, like through a window, out of sight, and you're like a good 40 feet back away from this thing, like right at the entrance of the door. But it is currently there, and slowly entering.
Let's see.
Lest you forget, you have 2 more questions that you may ask for Read about situation.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Let's see. So I don't know where they are.
You can't see them right now, no.
But I know they're in that room.
You can make an estimated guess that they were talking about a glass they were trying to shatter, and this thing is heading through shattered glass.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of my read a bad situation questions.
Give me your question.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
Additionally, I forgot, you do have 2 questions, but when you originally rolled it, you rolled a 12. And with the 12... Now, I would say, if you're unsure, you can still ask the general questions that are here, but with a 12, you can ask me any question you want about the situation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not to say that that is better or worse than the questions there, because the questions there are very good. But
Yeah.
do keep that in mind that you can do that if you choose. Because I'm gonna monkey's paw, evil genie this. If you ask me an esoteric question of like, can it see me? No. You know.
Monkey.
Am I able to ask what the monster's weakness is?
Ooh. Yeah, you can. Fuck. I forgot that with any question, you can technically ask an investigative mystery question.
Yeah.
Um, here's what happens. You and Evelyn are slowly trekking behind this thing. You're still trying not to get seen as this thing is slowly working its way into the room with Kenny. It is focused on him. Kenny, you on the ground are doing everything you can to scramble the fuck away from this thing as it slowly approaches you, while trying not to do the classic like, you see a bear and if you turn around and sprint, that thing will chase you. So you're facing it and crawling backwards on the ground. Uh, Maybe you don't notice, and Blake, you don't notice it while you are uh, inside of your locker. Sam, I'll actually give you an option. You're not gonna know what these options are. Let me write this down. They're both good, I promise.
Okay.
And A or B.
Hmm.
Heads or tails?
Heads or tails. A or B.
Let's go B.
All right. Kenny, you don't see this, and Corey, you don't see this. But as this thing is passing, like slowly passing through, you are able to get closer and look into the room, and you can see Neil on the floor. You can see Avery on the floor, slowly crawling backwards. And this blacked out window, which you find to be kind of odd. And you can see that this blacked out window actually isn't blacked out. It's like brown greened out. Like it's made from the exact same slime
Slime. Okay.
that you saw in the other room. And the slime is not 100% pervasive. Like it doesn't go all the way through. Like the whole window, and there's like maybe it's from time or something, but there's a little chip in it, and as you see this singular piece of sunlight cross the side of its tentacle, it briefly hisses and ducks its head out of the way. Before continuing its movements towards Neil.
It's like a vampire.
Mm. Okay.
It
Um,
wants to suck your blood.
Um, Evelyn, how much ammo do you have left?
I think I have like 4 shots left before I need to pull out the second mag and unload in this thing. What's the move, Neil? She is like shaken.
Shoot the window. Right now.
Shoot the. All right. She is actually, let me see here. I'm trying to think if that's something that she would think to be reasonable here, or if that's something
Oh,
you have to
yeah,
convince her
'cause-
for.
Yeah. Is it something I... Not...
I think you need to roll a trust me.
Okay. Okay. What is that?
2d6 plus your charm.
Okay, 2d6 plus 2.
This one makes the most sense to me because if you roll a 7 or 9, they ask you a hard question, they wait for a while, they have a quote-unquote better idea. And don't forget you have luck if you think this is a big roll and it goes poorly for you. Not to say this is
Okay.
something that you would need to use luck for, but
Okay. Wait,
You scared
how
to
did
look.
what?
I did it. Okay, here we go. It's supposed to be.
I think it pops up with message 8.
Okay.
She it's like this doesn't make any sense. Why would I need to shoot the wall? And she's as she's saying this, you can see this creature is more progressively working its way like it's moving out of the line of the side of the window here with its slow walk here. She is if this takes much longer than this thing this light-based weakness is not going to affect it as much as you would like it to. But she's fully like looked down from her gun and is looking at you like that doesn't make any sense. Why would I even need to? She's even like lowered her gun a little bit.
Evelyn, I think that's the same slime on the window that we saw earlier.
What does that mean? I I
It
need
looks
to.
like-
And she points the thing at the thing. She's like I'm just gonna shoot it
Okay.
like the creature.
Oh. Evelyn, I don't think you should do that.
Why?
That might not be its weakness.
It's almost at the end of its little walk away from the window, and it is getting awfully close to Kenny, or to Avery.
Oh.
Its mouth is now fully unfurled.
If I was fully erect, my shaft would be touching it.
It would be touching it.
Yeah.
Am I able to? Oh, crap! Is it too late to roll for luck? Or is that?
No, I would go as far as to say if you want to use luck right now. You know what? Let me ask. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to convince her, or are you trying to do something else?
I'm trying to convince her to shoot the window.
You're trying to convince her to shoot the window. I think at this point she can't be convinced with the roll that you've already done. If you're wanting to take action here, you can try to take action and be the less hesitant person. But I think after I have dictated where this has gone wrong, I don't think I can let that go. But if you want to, you can. Whatever you do next, I'll have that probably be an act under pressure roll.
Okay. I still have my multi-tool.
And your baseball bat.
Yeah.
And- Evelyn does actually still have the gun just out in front of her.
I'm gonna throw the bat to the window.
Alrighty. You go ahead and give me an act under pressure roll.
Let me see.
And that would be plus your
What's your cool?
cool.
That's +1. Okay. Oh. Okay.
What was it? It was
8.
an 8. I'll tell you, an 8 is going to be a mixed success. Are you wanting to use a luck point here?
Yes.
Alrighty. Mark off 1 luck. This is now a 12.
All right.
You may do what you wanted to and something extra. Or do what you wanted to absolute perfection. So you tell me what happens. In terms of your action here.
Probably just make it absolutely perfect.
All right, you give Evelyn like a little shove away and pull your bat from behind you, and as hard and as quickly as you can, you throw this bat right at the window. And much, without fighting you much, this window just immediately shatters out. And sunlight begins pouring into this room. With the creature being where it is, maybe it only catches the back half of this creature, and didn't bathe it as much as you would have liked it to, because it took too long for the decision to be made here. But Kenny and Blake, you guys now see, as far as you can see, a bat comes out of nowhere, flies into the window, shatters it, and then now this creature, the entire back half of this creature, has started bubbling.
I see it.
Say again?
I see it.
Yeah, you can see through the crack of this, through the crack of your locker that you're in.
Locker.
Oh, there's a hole in the locker.
Yeah, there's a. You're looking through the little slits that the locker
There's
has.
two
for airways.
eyeball-sized holes
There
right where
are.
your eyeballs are.
Exactly where your eyeballs are. You can peek out and see what's happening. Just pray that no shards of glass end up getting pushed into those eyeball-shaped holes. But you find that
I'm not standing right outside of the locker with my two fingers at the eyeball-shaped holes.
But the entire back half of this thing starts blistering and like darkening, and this thing screams in pain before cowering over into the side of the room. Kenny, you are given an opportunity to stand up fully here, and you guys are able to immediately grasp the situation with this creature. In terms of that did some damage to it.
Like, Zoink Scoobs, I think I need to get the fuck away from this thing.
Actually, ruh Raggy, I think you're right.
From the locker?
Yeah.
All right. What are you guys'
This is
moves
the Scooby-Doo episode!
Sam, or I should say Neil, has given you guys an opportunity to be safe. What are you guys' move here? It is opened up the monster to not immediately pursuing you and getting out of the way of this sunlight.
Sunlight, sun bright. I think we found our way out of this hole tonight. I say to the group.
And lest we forget, for you, Blake, your mom is still in here.
Fuck, I forgot again.
Fucking mom.
Fucking.
Can you find your own way home?
They left the wheelchair, man.
That's not fucked up. That's not fucked up at all.
So, what's your guys' moves?
Well, firstly, I'm gonna definitely try and put a little distance between me and this thing, even if I'm not like out of the room. I
Alright.
should definitely not be like right next to it.
What's your move? Are you moving over towards like the area of the locker where Blake is, or towards where you had just entered, or towards the window?
Maybe towards the window to look for first of all the bat. The bat would probably be pretty useful to have.
The
as
bat went
another
out,
tool.
fully went outside.
Oh, that's gone.
I mean, you can go out and get it. This isn't the second floor or anything, but you would be
Clamber out this
disengaging from
window.
the situation
So,
Well,
what fucking
partially.
plane are we on? Because we went down a well.
You guys were on the first floor. You went down. Then you found this door, which was like already like up a ramp, and there was also a staircase to the side of it. But like you can tell, this was a loading bay that went from the surface down into here. So that walkway that you did between the doors and the garage door was a ramp up towards the garage. So you guys are on like normal like floor level. But this entire section is like a ramp down into the cellar. If you went back the way you came. Does that make sense?
Cellar. I hardly know her.
I'm kind of picking up what you're putting down. I'm kind of slobbing your knob. I'm kind of. I'm kind. I'm done.
What's your move, Blake? Do you continue to stay hidden?
I come out of the locker.
Come out of the locker. All right. Neil and Avalon, I think you guys see her emerge, and the creature, at least you can't tell if it's noticed you or not. It seems to be kind of dressing its wounds, a little bit over on the side, but you can see Neil over by the window as well.
Oh, hey, Neil. Would you grab some of that slime for me?
Crap.
Just Pointer Lake. We need to get away from this monster. What is the plan, gang? We're all back together. Could we do a...
While you're saying this monster is seems to have kind of gotten over the initial wounds and has begun to kind of retake its like quadrupedal form. It still looks way taller than the dogs, but it is now kind of ready to continue to engage with you guys.
We're still in the sunlight, right? We're good.
The sunlight is streaming in through like a beam through the thing, but none of you guys are really like Kenny's close to it, but you're still just outside of a locker, and Sam is on the other side of like the entrance that you guys came in through.
I said, let's go outside and then talk this through. This guy doesn't like the light.
Do we have a way out?
If you jump through two sets of windows, the one that leads into this booth and then the one that you shattered, then yeah, you can definitely escape.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Kenny, I think you get out no problem. Blake, I don't think you get out with much of a problem. Neil, there is a monster directly between you and this light beam, though. It has ample opportunity to intercept you, and it is ready to do so. Especially since you are the one who opened the thing.
See, if I go out of the room,
oh shit!
will I be like if I exit the room to like the previous room that we were already in?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be out of sight?
It wouldn't initially see you, but there's like a long hallway, and if it chases you, it's you're not going to be able to hide as easily as you would. I will also remind you that you do have another move, the only move that you haven't used yet in this game.
Oh, the panic. Yeah.
If you choose to do so. Not to say that you have to escape with the rest of them, or even the way that they do, but if you want to use your panic button to get out, that is a feature of your character.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was kind of hoping we could whatever the word is, get back together as a group. So
Reconvene.
I'm actually reconvene.
Wake up.
So I'm probably yeah, I'm gonna do it. Panic button.
Alrighty. What is the route you're going to take?
Oh.
Name the route you'll try. Is it just through that window? Or is it some other way?
Yeah, it would just be through the same window. We would try to take the long way around, so it would have less of a chance of seeing us and making contact with us.
That's
But
fair.
We're doing our best to get through the window.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll plus 2d6 plus your sharp score, which I think is +1.
Right.
You got a
Ooh.
9.
That's mixed.
That is a mixed success. If somebody wants to help him out, they can roll to help out. But if you fail on your roll, you will succumb to the same issues that he will succumb to.
All
Are
right.
we outside?
Huh?
Aren't we outside? Oh, we would have to.
You
come
guys got
back.
out perfectly fine, but you guys can get out perfectly fine. But if you choose to help him escape, you are potentially putting yourself at risk as well. Or you could let this ride, which is just as valid.
Oh, I'll roll.
You're gonna roll?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a 2d6 plus whatever your. Oh, hold on. Let me see what it is. It's 2d6 plus cool. Which I think your cool is now 0.
4.
Ah, yes. So you go ahead and mark an experience.
Okay, but what if I help?
No, unfortunately, only one help action can be done at a time.
Fuck.
Yeah. It would be nice if like you guys could both help and give him a +2 to his roll, but it is built that only one hunter can help at a time for any given roll.
Damn. Here, well, let me see what it would have been because I just have to know
Sure, sure. Let's
if Blake absolutely trolled Sam there.
Yeah.
He
Well, I mean,
rolls my
granted, it's
-1.
oh,
Nope, never mind.
Wow, is that the
It
same
wasn't-
fucking number? No, it's 5.
but still,
That's
yeah.
still pretty bad. All right.
I rolled better than him. I just have a -1 augment.
Um,
Blake, you. I'm gonna let one of two things happen, Blake. You're gonna either be less protected, or you're going to. Either you're gonna leave something behind on accident in helping him, or you're gonna take a damage, and I'll let you pick.
I'll take damage.
All right. So you, Neil, as you're trying to escape, you are clambering through the window, and this thing is able to get a hold of your leg. Like you are leading you and Evelyn, getting out, and Blake, you're able to you actually kind of body slam this thing from the side, like football tackle it, and it loosens its grip on your leg so that you can pass through, Neil. And Blake, in body slamming it, you take. You said you take damage.
Yeah.
So go ahead and mark 1 harm, because it definitely, like, as you push it into the sunlight, it gets hurt, but it kind of blindly lashes out and slashes you right up the arm. And you hear the screech, but you guys are both able to get outside. And after taking a moment to, like, relax, you guys have both successfully gotten outside. And maybe Avery and Corey, you guys don't notice it, but Neil, you look around and Evelyn's nowhere to be seen.
that's what I thought.
She got. No, Evelyn! I'll always remember you.
That was her name. I mutter.
Let's see, and I'm outside right now.
You are outside with the other two, yes.
Okay.
We've linked up.
Linked up, what's the other line?
What?
You remember the linked up, who's... Oh, need it or keep it.
You should keep it.
That's what it is. Yeah, you guys are linked up, and Evelyn has been left behind, and Blake's mother is still inside. And in fact, the situation involving Blake's mother is still completely a mystery.
Why is she dead? There's no way
Um,
that monster would just fucking take a hostage.
are we able to peek back into the window, or is this like?
You can totally look in the window, but you don't see them. You maybe see like a trail of like flaked skin from this creature that seems to be leading back towards the way that you guys originally came. But it seems like now that you guys are outside, it has not paid you guys as much mind.
Is Evelyn anywhere to be seen in that area?
No. You don't see Evelyn anymore. You also don't see the monster. You have reason to believe, looking down the thing, You can kind of see into the hallway that the loading bay is, which you guys are now outside near the loading bay, but you can't see far down the hallway, but you can see a trail of like burnt skin left over by the creature from when it got hit with sunlight that is clearly just peeled off, and it's leading back down the hallway the way you guys came.
Nasty.
Yeah. And in fact, you hear off in the distance, after like a few seconds after you get outside and notice that she's not there, you hear like way down the way like a gunshot go off, and then another gunshot go off, and then vaguely a clatter.
As a gunshot? Oh, that's Evelyn.
Yeah.
Evelyn, that away.
So what do you guys do?
There's no way to communicate with her because she doesn't have a walkie-talkie.
Mm-mm. You're the one who's had the walkie-talkie, unfortunately.
Well, we know that it doesn't like light. It is not easy to get light into this place. But how much light do we actually need?
We need to bring the sun to us.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. I see. Are like, is it sunlight specific, or is it
UV rays.
maybe it's just like brightness, right? So like if we had like
Are you wanting
big
to
stadium lights or something, we could like cripple it. And
Are you trying to fully delve into this, Kenny?
I'm just speaking out loud here.
Okay. I'm asking if you're trying to roll to investigate a mystery.
That's kind of what it was sounding like.
Well, what does my investigate a mystery roll look like?
Plus your sharp.
Plus sharp? That's
Mhm.
good. Yeah, I'll do that.
And if you
I got a
miss,
+2 in that.
there's not a big issue that happens if you miss with investigate a mystery, but you can't just be like, oh, I failed, let me roll it again. You know.
All right, everybody, pray for me.
I will not.
Fuck.
7 is a success. It's a mixed success, so you can ask one question off of the investigate a mystery list.
Okay, let me pull that up again real quickie. Okay, I don't think we're concerned with where it went. We know what happened. We generally know what sort of creature it is.
I'll say if you ask a redundant question, a question that feels redundant, I'm willing to give you more information to the situation. But there are questions that will garner a lot more information in general.
Okay.
That was my issue last time I was rolling for questions. Like, I read those questions, I was like, I don't want to know any of this shit.
They might sound redundant, but you will learn a lot more about the situation, even if it feels like a redundant question. But particular questions in this situation, like if you say what happened here, you might not get as much information as other questions.
Sure. Yeah, generally, I'm trying to think through it out loud as well.
Sure.
I suppose where did it go would be a useful enough question to ask, but also we got to know actually how to kill this thing. If this is the monster of the week, right? So This is the big red one. So if we don't know its rule, it's it could be pretty dire for us coming up after this. So I guess is there anything else that is pertinent to killing it, right? So what can hurt it other than what we know already, which is light?
What can hurt it? I'll give you 2 bits of information here.
Okay.
there were lights around the entirety of the place. They were kind of interspersed, but there were even lights down that little hallway that you walked towards the
Just,
towards the bay doors. And that thing, if this thing that was following you seemed to really pay them no mind. But and you think to yourself, your character is actually kind of thinking to himself about this, like what's going on here? What can we do? Because this is a pickle, right? We just now lost an entire other NPC here, and you go full Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Fucking scrying into the future.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
you were not scrying into the future, but you were looking at. You were trying to remember as many details about that last interaction and really all of your interactions with these creatures as you can. And something that is odd that you might have noticed is that all of these creatures, although they are animal similar, have the same exact like head. And this didn't strike you as strange until you recall that upon killing the first two creatures, this like strange green substance came oozing out. And when you upon stabbing it in the or head stabbery and firing straight into the fucking maw of the other dog. But you notice that, or you recall that it was kind of odd the way it burnt when this thing was exposed by sunlight. And this, in addition to all the flaked, like, black skin, there's, like, congealed red blood on the ground as well. That is kind of leading back in that direction. The same direction that the flaked skin is. And this is not the same colored blood as, like, what you were getting when you killed the others by stabbery and killing it in the head. And I think... What conclusion have you come to, Kenny, the player Kenny, from me telling you this information?
Are these things soaking people up and using their life essence? Is that appropriate to think? The smaller ones that are minions, are they like
I'll say it this way.
Is there another real life being at the base of these monsters that we're seeing, and they are just manipulating them?
Thinking about this
like
further, you realize
like
that with the creatures that you've seen that have been taken, or heard about being taken, of vague disappearances of, like, they were, some, like, didn't pay anybody any mind when homeless people went missing, or when some homeless people had gone missing, or when certain dogs have gone missing. But thinking about the fact that you've dealt with dog-shaped creatures and human-shaped creatures with the same strange cone head, you might come to the realization that the creature is not necessarily the body.
Sure. It's the brainialon. It's the head. Okay, that's a good bit of information. So now we know that these things are averse to light, and that their entire body isn't the problem. It's their head that would be their weak point if we were going to do damage.
Just
and try and stop these things.
And I'll tell you as Kenny, a reminder from last week's session, upon you using your luck, you were able to realize that they weren't killings, they were kidnappings at this that were happening in this factory.
Yeah.
So, and that will be the last bit of information, is reminding you of what your character has already learned.
Sure. Do you feel comfortable letting me know if we have enough information to kill this thing?
Yes. I think you do.
Okay.
You have options. And, yeah, I think you guys are... You guys would be able to kill it.
Shoot it in the noggin.
I assume you share this with the group.
Yeah.
This brain
Yeah,
blast
I'll
moment.
reiterate. Yeah, all my Jimmy Neutron. This is the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. I'm Jimmy. Corey's Timmy, and
That'd be
Neil
Carl.
is Cosmo or Wanda.
I'll be Carl.
Neil is Jordan Von Strangle. But
Oh. How did you remember that guy's name?
wouldn't you like to know? All right.
Neil is the Crimson Chin.
But yeah, knowing this, Kenny, you might also know that it is pertinent that maybe these people not stay captured for a very long period of time.
Sure. I will lead the charge back in to save our friends. Let's go. Can I give a motivating speech so that we get there?
Yeah,
Really,
tell me this
really
motivating
happily.
speech.
Okay, hold on. Actually,
Roll for
Hold on.
speech.
Roll for speech.
good morning.
Good morning.
In less than an hour, an aircraft from here will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have a new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore.
Are you
We will be
quoting
united
Independence Day?
in our common interests. Yes, exactly what I'm quoting. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom, not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist, and today we should win the day. The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
As soon as he's done with that, I point out that he has a bit of piss triplet on his pants from when he was scared at the monster on the ground and said, "Okay, guy, let's go. Let's go in. Piss pants."
But lest we forget that piss started abnormally far down his left leg. Because of his long shaft.
Just to put you in your place, my awkwardly long shaft did make it so that my pee started comically far down my leg.
All right, with Kenny's speech, before you guys head back in, let's take a brief 5-minute break. We'll reconvene in 9:45 you guys' time.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. If it needs to be a little longer, that's fine. But I will be back in 5 minutes.
Alright.
Alrighty. Sup, fellas?
My dog is in my room too. He has bad separation anxiety, so I ended up bringing him in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got my cat in here. She's annoyed when I'm not in the room, but doesn't seem to give a shit when I am. So.
I have my little ant colony.
That you've been cultivating? Is it inside a container or is it just free roaming?
They're actually migrating towards the McDonald's leftovers.
Free roam.
I like
This is their house.
I like seeing a single ant and showing him a large pile of sugar and letting him find some and take it back to the hive, only to sweep up the sugar and make all the rest of the ants think that he's crazy.
They can walk like 100 miles to 1 grain of sugar, only for him to come back
Isolationism in an ant colony.
Gaslight ants, yeah. I gaslight ants. All right. So Kenny had a full brain blast moment, which I think is actually very in character for the Flake. You guys know what can hurt this thing now, for the most part. And you have an idea of what's happening. And Sam, remind me, you find something useful, maybe, or you find something weird, maybe even useful. At some point, I need to factor that in, because when you use luck, you, the mundane, find something weird, maybe even useful. And we were in a situation where maybe you didn't find that.
Yeah, I didn't do anything extra.
Oh, no, I know. It's, you get that automatically by using luck.
Oh, okay. So that can be used later in the game.
I will give that to you. Just don't be surprised when I'm like, hey, you find something.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, so you guys are standing outside of the factory. Kenny had a brain blast moment. What do you do? And Sam, you have, I believe, one more question, if you so choose, for this encounter based off of the read-a-bad situation. Not to say you need to use it now.
Yeah. Are we gonna try to find another way back in, or are we to go back in through the window, or try to find another entrance?
I'm climbing back through the window, I believe. My speech completely inspired me in my little pea pants.
Did you tell us about the weakness?
Yeah, no, I told you that I conveyed all the information that I just blasted back to you guys. And then I had my Independence Day speech.
Alright, let's shoot this thing in the brain. Shoot this thing in the brain.
And get your mama back. And get 2 of your mother figures back. As well as Kenny's mother figure, which is the alien itself.
Mommy?
I think you'd have to roll to say that to the creature.
Roll to say mommy to the creature? I'm rolling. 2d6. Okay. Is that cool? Act under pressure?
Isn't the creature out of sight right now?
Oh, the creature went in. Yeah, no, this is not an act. You guys can't see it. You guys head back into the place. You can see, especially now that Kenny has pointed it out, in addition to the skin flakes that are kind of leading back into the place, there's also a trail of blood. And it, looking down the hall, which one of you guys is leading the charge here?
I shall.
Kenny, you looking down the hall, you don't see this thing anymore. It's, or Evelyn, and actually, looking into that, like, foyer before, like that big open section of the warehouse that you were in before you got to the loading dock, you do see Evelyn's gun lying on the floor.
Oh, okay. I already have a gun, so I suggest another member of the crew without a gun should pick that up.
I got a Glock.
I guess that would be me, even though I also picked up the bat while we were outside. So
Sure.
I've only done that.
I assume because you already have the bat, you can like, you have a holster for it, essentially. Like you have a way to store it. So you'd just be actively holding the gun, and the bat would just be on your back or something. Or if you want to just dual hand it, if you want to really go crazy.
No, holster. We'll go with the holster.
All right. So you guys are now heading back towards the back in. What is this? What is this looking like? You guys now have a rough layout of the land. Kenny's leading the charge. Is it a sprint? Is it a slow walk? Are you?
It's like a power jog, you know?
So you guys are trying to catch up with this thing before something happens.
Yeah, before maybe it'll heal up, because we don't know how effective the light was, and how much it'll like affect it in the future if it's like potentially gonna get stronger.
All right.
Than it currently is.
Corey and Neil, I assume you guys are like just falling in step here.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. You guys head back through no problem. You pick up the gun, Neil. You head back by where you had gone down the ladder the first time. And you're starting to head to the section, Corey and Avery, you guys notice it's the section that Neil was talking about, where there's some slime on the ground, some congealed slime. That seems to, as you are progressing here, getting a little more pervasive. Like the further in this direction you go, the more slime you're seeing on the ground and on the walls and stuff, and you're starting to hear over your footsteps some whimpering, and Evelyn essentially you actually can hear her, Neil, like chewing this thing a new one, you know. She is like I don't understand, like this is this is fucking ridiculous. I don't. You can't just take me. And it's just like she is. You've seen Neil when she gets frustrated and upset. Her first response is just kind of to pester, whether or not it's a good situation to be doing that. And then you hear kind of like her make a sharp noise, and then all of a sudden she's complaining a lot less. Not like she was knocked out, but more like she got a very clear "shut the fuck up" from something else. And amongst that, you also do hear other whimpers ahead. This is now new territory even for you, Neil. The slime is very pervasive around the ground, and actually, you guys hear a faint dripping noise as you notice that some slime is actually dripping from the ceiling as well.
Can I taste it?
Oh no, look at that slime on the ceiling. Slimy ceiling.
Are you going to try to taste it, Blake?
Yeah.
Did Corey roll the taste?
No, you're just going to maybe you found one of the things where it's falling down this you stick your tongue out like it's a snowflake on Christmas Day. And as the moment it touches your tongue, it's the most fucking vile thing you've ever tasted. You ever licked a Nintendo Switch cartridge?
Those are good, dude.
You ever licked a Nintendo Switch cartridge?
Yeah, bro.
It tastes that bad.
Like, so like a Sunday treat.
Yes, like a Sunday treat. You go, some more. It tastes sickly. It tastes bitter and sickly sweet all at the same time. Like not the kind of sweet that like, almost like rot sweet, but you can tell it's not rot. You immediately regret having tasted this and just start spitting.
Oh.
This was not a good taste for you.
Okay.
Kenny, you actually like the flavor?
Oh.
No. But yeah, you guys are coming upon this little area, and you notice that in this area, all of wherever it is that you're approaching, all of the lights are out. You've had kind of interspersed lights in sections, especially down this corridor, but there's this entire zone that you predict the whining and wincing is coming from that you are not actually hearing any, or sorry, you're not seeing any light. So I assume you guys get out your or do you get out your phones, or what's your move here?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't know if you were going for hardcore stealth or just get a read of the situation. Neil, you upon turning on your phone, maybe you tripped on something. You're not at the back of the pack, but because you guys are just kind of in some vague formation. But you trip, and and you look back, and over like on the end of one of the aisles, outcropping from it was a odd-looking sphere, kind of propped up on this like you can tell it's a box that was like just covered in slime, but then it's this very strange looking translucent sphere that you're seeing there. And your light just so happened to flash by it, but maybe it gathers your attention a little bit more. This is the odd thing that you're seeing, because it seems to be it is certainly not something that was produced here. It does look foreign in nature.
Is this within like enough distance for me to grab it and like reach it?
Oh yeah, you're like right next to the thing. You tripped and your light just so happened to flash by it, and you're like, oh shit, what is that?
Okay. Corey, Avery, come here. Take a look at this.
What's up, Neil?
Found this
What was it?
glass sphere.
Oh, a sphere.
It doesn't look like it came from this factory initially.
I pick it up.
All right. Despite him saying glass, and it kind of looked like glass, like really foggy glass, you pick it up and it is not glassy. It almost feels kind of membranous, like it feels like you're touching like some sort of weird membrane or skin with like slime around it. This thing could be like the size of your head, potentially. So it's not small, but it's got some heft to it, and
I hold it up to Neil and I say, push your finger through it.
Blake, actually, upon you picking it up and touching it, you actually do like you get a small headache, but nothing
I get a
crazy,
headache?
huh?
I get a headache?
Yeah, you get a vague headache upon holding this thing.
I give it to. I guess I say this is giving me a headache. I don't. I give it to fucking. Give it to Avery.
You just toss it in Avery's direction or hand it to him.
Say heads up.
Kenny?
He's out
Oh, is
for
he?
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I didn't see the out of character chat. Be right back. My dog's acting up. Gonna put her in bed and then join back in no more 2-3 minutes. Oh, okay. We can just chill here for a sec. The sphere produces a small Rick Astley that proceeds to sing the entirety of "Never Gonna Give You Up." Very
Yeah.
quietly though. Nothing here. Nothing you hear. It's no. That's not what happens.
I like that song.
It's a good song. Why is my cat not joining me? Hey, I bet you wanted my attention. Aw. She's sleeping. Are you
I
trying
sleep.
to? don't know why Kenny pulled Independence Day as the as the one to say. As soon as he started saying his speech, I was just Googling the exact words that he was saying. Like, what the fuck is this? This is definitely from something. Like, motherfucker. From Independence Day. Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others around the world.
Oh man,
How you fellas doing today?
doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh. Now my dog's acting up.
Ooh.
Give me like 20 seconds.
You all good?
Oh, my dog's acting up.
My dogs are barking.
I need to take my shoes off actually.
Dude, I do not understand why you wear shoes indoors.
Huh?
I'm a sock man.
I don't usually.
I'm a sock boy.
Oh my goodness.
Is the mechanics of the game kind of making some more sense with the questions and everything?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Heyo. I was just waiting on Shmemmy.
Shmem.
Shmemmy. In the Minecraft server, Blake, me and Kenny were able to figure out how to do infinite lava for one of his machines.
Nice.
Alrighty, fellas, I'm back. Sorry about that.
You're all good. What was the last thing that you heard? Before
I
you-
was able to hear everything up until you guys started talking about where I was. So you were
Oh, gotcha. So you heard
just a
Neil found a
quick
sphere.
recap for me. The
Weird.
the sphere, it looked like glass, not glass.
It was membranous. Corey picked it up, got a headache, and tossed it at you and said, "Think fast."
Okay, I gulp it down.
It is the size of your head.
Cold fit.
Yeah.
Cold fit.
I'm trying to. It's membranous. It's moving.
Sure.
It is membranous and it is slimy and it is gross.
Okay.
Are you gonna gulp it down?
Take a big bite.
Do I have to roll to gulp it down?
Kenny, are
Apple
you
chop.
really trying to gulp it down?
It's as big as your
Okay,
head.
Logan, tell me, do I die if I gulp it down?
I'm just asking, man. Are you gonna try to gulp it down?
Apple challenge.
I think I have to. I think I have to take the TikTok gulp it down challenge.
I'll film it.
That is so out of character. Oh my god.
I will tell you externally, I would not suggest that.
Okay. Okay. Okay, maybe not gulping it down.
But it does get tossed to you. Do you catch it? I guess is the question.
I suppose I could give it a catch. I could do that if not for gulping it down.
Yeah, you catch this thing. It is membranous and slimy and vaguely translucent. Like you can like fogged glass, like how Neil described it. But you're just holding it. You don't know what Corey was talking about. Some weird headache. Maybe it's just one of those weird Coreyisms, as far as you can tell.
I do have many of those.
But yeah, it's a weird sphere that y'all found.
So Avery never got a headache.
No,
from it.
Avery didn't get a headache.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Maybe it only affects mentally ill.
Probably.
Oh my
That's
god.
Is this headache something we need to be worried about?
I mean, Corey no longer feels the headache right now.
But that's because she's not holding it.
I mean, are you trying to learn something about this?
I am.
If you'd like, you
Yeah.
could make this. You can just kind of pocket this and take a look at it later. Maybe Avery, after jokingly jokingly like holding it above his head, like, oh, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. Nah, I'm not gonna eat it. Tosses it to you, and you feel no ill effect. And honestly, for your character, as far as you're aware, that what Corey said was just a weird Corey thing that Corey says sometimes. Because Corey is very apt to say things like, I need to leave this hospital, I want to play Sonic Adventure 2, and I ain't getting in a bus with no goddamn hippies. Like, this thing's giving me a goddamn headache does not sound too out of the wheelhouse. So, although Sam might know something, your character probably doesn't.
I do want to see Avery eat it, though.
Maybe you do.
Disappointed that he was just joking.
Maybe you do want to see that. Maybe that would not be a good idea. But this is, I'll tell you, Sam, this is me giving you you find something weird, maybe even useful. As a result of you using luck.
Oh, so that's what this is.
Yes, that's what this
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I think we'll find a way to keep it just in case.
I'm willing to believe that you brought a backpack with you. You can shove it in.
Yeah.
It's not out of. I mean, you're literally a school
I'm literally in high
schoolboy
school. Yeah. Yeah.
bringing your Hello Kitty backpack with you on this monster hunting tour.
Hello Kitty. I don't even think it's Hello Kitty.
What is it? Is it
No,
Spider-Man?
It's fucking Bulbasaur, bro.
Is it Spider-Man?
It's a Bulbasaur
No, it's
backpack.
no, it's like one of those like really, probably one of the most gray and charcoal like boring bland themed backpacks you've ever seen because Evelyn got it. But wow, the quality is nice.
Quality is nice, and it's definitely got a few scratches from these endeavors. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have some things you're either not going to want to explain or be very excited to explain to your classmates once you get back to school. But yeah, you pocket this, and you guys continue to hear noises up ahead. You don't really hear this creature shambling around. It's not. You don't get this deep sense of dread that you might have had before, Neil, when you were being followed by this thing before Corey and Avery garnered its attention. But you guys are close to the zone wherever these whimpering noises is. Like it's actually just around the corner here.
So, I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
The whimpering noises you guys have heard, Neil pocketed the sphere into his backpack.
Okay.
You don't feel like you're being watched like Neil did before, but you don't really hear the creature at this moment. And the whimpering noises are like just around the corner. Like you would estimate like in the next aisle, whatever that aisle would be.
Interesting. Maybe I will go shoot it with my gun.
Do y'all just go in for it?
Lock and load.
Yeah, lock and load.
All right. Fucking after saying lock and load, y'all turn the corner, guns drawn, phones pointed down the thing, and you see two people. You see a lot actually right now. There is a lot of slime here, like a ridiculous amount of slime. You can see a couple of areas of like it almost looks like a cocoon that's been ripped open, like just some sort of shell made out of this gross slime that's shattered or ripped open from the inside. Like you see maybe two of those, and then off in the far distance, you also see the creature currently like spitting out little globs of slime and attaching it to the extremities of Evelyn, who has now been attached to the wall. She's got a large mark against the side of her face, and it looks like this thing kind of slashed her across the head to get her to shut up. And her mouth is currently covered in the slime as well, like it's keeping her quiet, but it does not look like she's unable to breathe currently. And this is probably what all of you guys see. But Blake, you also see all the way on the far end of this room. This creature was setting up Evelyn like 3/4 of the way down this aisle. But all the way in the far end of the aisle is your mother, strung up much in a similar sense to how Evelyn is currently being strung up, and she is vaguely conscious. Her eyes like kind of open. Her entire like her arms and her legs are attached to the wall by this gross slime. And you don't see anything else, Blake. In fact, you've been joking and like, you know, it's been a very maybe it's a defense mechanism of your character, or maybe your character just is very easily distracted. But upon seeing your mother attached to the wall this way, you really kind of lose your sense of wanting to do anything else other than run up and just rip your mother out of the wall. And I'm calling upon your dark side here as the spooky. Right now, your poor impulse control and I guess partially self-destruction and the fact that you don't care what happens to you makes you want to do nothing more than just sprint in the direction of your mother and rip her off the wall.
You asked me to do nasty things in accordance with my tags.
Yes. I'm asking you to... Well, right now your tags are depression, self-destruction, and poor impulse control, so I'm calling upon your poor impulse control and self-destruction to just say, I don't care what happens, I'm going to my mom right now. Doesn't matter, and just pulling her off the wall by whatever means necessary. You don't have to follow these, but if you do not, you will lose access to your dark abilities.
I'll do it. I'll start ripping at the wall.
All right. More specifically,
Eating the slime.
So I'm going to actually be taking your character then for a second, Blake. Neil and Avery, you guys turn the corner after, being like lock and load, and you get a lay of the land. And Blake, or Corey, her gun kind of like falls to her side, and her arms go down, and she just, you see her just immediately start like tearing up, not like sobbing, but just tears starting to stream down her face. And she just starts sprinting in the direction of her mother. This creature that is in between, that's like 3/4 of the way down the aisle, sees all of you guys turn the corner, and it sees Corey also coming this way, and it is now preparing for an attack against her.
I'm gonna blast it.
You're gonna blast it? Alright. Are you going to... you are doing your best not to shoot Corey, because this thing is now... It's working its way towards her, and this is a small aisle with Evelyn, Corey's mom, and Corey all down the aisle. So I'm gonna have you roll probably the most nerve-wracking act under pressure you're gonna be rolling in a hot second.
I can take a bullet or two, don't worry.
He said he could. That means it's not on me anymore. Hope to God. Roll 2d6 -1. Act under pressure is so bad for me. Okay, here we go.
5.
Okay, I try to help out.
I'll be real. Help out will add 1, and that will not get him over the gap. So helping out actually would not be beneficial in this situation, although good instincts there. If it was a
Okay.
6 or if it was a 9, it would be a good moment to help out.
Okay.
Okay, I know that I did this to save my ass last time. That I used a luck roll.
Mm-hmm.
If I asked you to do that, would you veto it here? Because I like the
No,
last
you
two
can
times I've done
absolutely use a
anything
luck
I
roll, Kenny.
okay.
You can use as many luck rolls as you have. I will not garner this. The only time I would say you can't use a luck roll is if I've already dictated the situation.
Okay. Well, I'm imagining here that I'm gonna severely injure either Corey or Corey's mom, or I guess she's already like kind of in a bad spot, or Evelyn, right?
Who's to say what is going to happen
Evelyn.
unless
So
you.
so I have to think about it. Like who do you who okay, who are you actually gonna hurt? Who would you hurt? I have to mind game you here. Give me a second. I don't want to commit to this just yet. You're not hurting Corey's mom. You would hurt Corey. I don't think you would hurt Evelyn. Maybe. Maybe you would. Maybe you would make Evelyn tank a shot and she gets real fucked up. I can see it happening.
It's up to
Corey's
you
mom is
whether or
not
not
the
you want to
candidate.
use a luck, Kenny.
I know. I'm just trying to talk it out.
I got you.
He's having a crisis.
I don't think I will use a luck.
You don't think you will use a luck? Is this your final answer then?
Final answer. I'm not using a luck.
Alrighty. You go to fire your gun. This situation is as chaotic as it gets, and for as much of an expert in what you do as you are, nobody trains
This is
you
a
to
big
fire
fuck up.
down a small hallway with 3 friendlies and a creature in near pitch blackness while the creature is moving and a friendly is sprinting directly into the line of fire. So your shot goes wide and hits Evelyn right in the side. And you can see her wince in pain, and she just immediately, you can hear her screaming from behind the slime that is covering her mouth. This was a bad hit, and she is not looking very good. Blake, you continue moving forwards, and as you do so, you pass by this creature, and it fully takes it swipes at you with both hands. Maybe you are just really fast, so it isn't able to fully intercept you, but it does 2 harm to you.
2 harm?
2 harm. As it swipes at you with both claws.
I'm unstable.
Yes, sir. But you are able to continue on to your mother and begin. And although like you're almost kind of limping at this point, you're able to start ripping her off the wall.
All right.
So I will tell you, your dark side has been fulfilled here in this moment.
So she's off the wall?
You were able to tear her off the wall and like set her down onto the ground. It seems like after this thing swiped at you, it has now taken attention at the 2 others who seem to have some form of weapon on the far end of the room, and it is not paying you as much mind as it was as you were sprinting by it.
Can I shoot at it?
Shoot at the creature?
In the head?
Give me a I'll warn you. The last shot. This will be an act under pressure roll. If this goes bad, it might go bad. I'm not saying that it's not something you should do, but do keep that in mind. That your character did see, upon finally coming out of this vague mind fog, that Evelyn was hit with a bullet.
Then I will not shoot.
Um, if you're wanting to do damage to this thing, Blake, you do have other options additionally.
Like what?
Like something that you took a few sessions ago.
Oh, my powers?
Yeah.
Uh,
If you wanted to do some damage, it would be a kick some ass roll, so you might be apt to take damage in addition.
let's do it. Big whammy.
Alrighty. Give me a roll plus your weird. L ratio plus your weird. Kenny, I don't know if you've done it, but take an experience.
Good point.
Yes. You got a 7?
Yes.
Alrighty. So let's see. A 7 for a kick some ass roll is harm is done to both players. Establish dangers in the game. So I'll allow you to tell me what this looks like when you're activating this power. What does everyone else here see?
My eyes glow purple and my hair floats around like a ghoul, and then I pressure centers on the creature's cranium.
And you
It squeezes like a lemon, making lemonade.
You do this, and maybe you've never had to delve this deep into your abilities. And so upon doing this, you feel an intense, sharp pain in the side of your head, and you take 1 damage. But you can...
Just an aneurysm, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a small aneurysm. But you find... the rest of you have seen this. Blake's eyes glowing purple, his hair floating on end. Maybe even he holds his hand out and squeezes it, and the creature's head seems to kind of collapse a little bit.
Like a lemon.
Like a lemon. And actually, this thing is looking real fucking bad. You can see its tentacles are now very much misshapen, and it is no longer moving with the clarity that it seemed to have before. It's kind of stumbling back and forth here.
I drained like 30 IQ points from it.
Yes, you suck all of its IQ points back into yourself.
Score.
But this thing, you do 2 damage. Ignore armor on this thing, which is actually huge.
Nice. I am almost dead though.
Yeah, you are not doing well. You have what, 2 harm left?
Yeah.
I will also say, let me make sure if I remember this correctly. If you want to use a luck for something, you can decrease a wound you would have suffered to 0. I wasn't going to. I don't think you would have been able to do that in the double monster slash situation. But if you want to decrease this one to 0, actually, do you want to do that? You can use luck to decrease the damage you take to 0. I actually completely forgot about that.
Nah, it's alright. I'm good.
Okay. But that is a move. That is something that you can use your luck for moving forwards. But this is the situation. Evelyn has been shot. The creature's head seems to be mangled as fuck, and it is wobbling. And Blake just used what looks like psychic abilities.
Psychic lemon abilities.
Oh, yeah. Neil, Avery?
Where am I in location to all this?
You are on the far end of the hall. You and Kenny are still by the entrance. Blake ran down, got slashed by the creature, and took his mom off the wall. while the creature was and Kenny's shot went wide and hit Evelyn. But right now the creature is still like about halfway down this aisle, like not looking super great. And Blake and his mom are on the far side of the aisle, with Evelyn also being about halfway down.
And I squeezed him like a lemon.
He did. He squeezed it like a lemon. Some juice came out. Some juice did come out.
Let's see. I have one more read a bad situation question, right?
Fuck, I forgot about that, yeah. And with your 12,
Okay.
you can still ask me any question should you choose.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that now.
Do it.
What is the best way to attack this creature?
That's a good question. This thing, as you could tell from what Avery had said, its head is its weak spot, which isn't surprising, but what is surprising is that hitting it basically anywhere else doesn't really do all that much. But you get the sense that it's not going to take all that much more to kill this thing. In fact, you actually kind of get the sense that it can't see. Your question specifically was, what will it take to kill this thing? Is that what it was?
My question was, what is the best way to attack this thing?
What is the best way to attack this thing? Either by range or... Originally, ranged, because you didn't want to get close to those claws. At this point, you kind of wonder if it can do that major damage with its mouth that it used to before. So you get the sense that you could get close if you want to. Firing another gun in here could result in something bad happening.
What that mouth do?
Exactly. The best way to attack this thing would either be to get much closer and use the gun, or to use a different weapon that's closer, or to guide it away from everyone else. But you get the sense that it might not be apt to follow people in this moment.
Hmm.
Is that a sufficient answer for you?
Yes. So the only way that I can get to it is either by like distracting it and finding like a way for it to get closer, or I have to get closer to it and then try to find a way.
Yeah, I'd say somehow get it so that you don't accidentally shoot someone else. But you can just kind of... Whatever attack you throw, just aim for the head. And make sure it doesn't...
Okay.
There's no chance it could hit someone else.
Okay. I use my multi-tool
Mm-hmm.
and I throw it at... I'm guessing we're in some sort of room, right?
You guys are in a long aisle. And the reason why I say it might be a good idea to get closer to it is because the last... and you saw it, Avery tried to shoot the thing and accidentally shot Evelyn. Which is why you feel like in this moment getting closer would either getting it closer to you or getting you closer to it, and making sure that somebody else can't be shot down this hallway. Make sure that doesn't happen. So I would say
there's not a lot of room.
It's not a very wide aisle, no.
Okay. Hmm. I'm gonna take the multi-tool and throw it to the middle of the aisle where I can try to get closer to it. I'm trying to distract it.
Okay, you're
from
trying to
this,
distract it.
Yeah.
It is... So you actually throw the multi-tool. I'm not going to make you roll on this. It just kind of clatters into the middle of the aisle. This thing vaguely hears this, and it kind of works its way in that direction, and it is like clawing the air wildly. As it's walking in this way, you get the sense that it actually can't see right now. And it is now basically at where the multi-tool was, on top of it, and it is still just kind of like drastically looking around, swiping to its left, swiping behind it, swiping to its right, and like its head's still mangled as fuck from whatever Corey did.
So Corey's not on the monster.
No, nobody is. You've lured this monster at least far enough away from some of the other people that a shot is. I'll say it's close enough to you guys that the shot won't just go wide. It's not halfway down the aisle anymore.
Okay. At this point, I take Evelyn's gun. I crap. It only had.
It has one
It
bullet
only
left in
had,
the
like,
chamber. After
only one
everything that's
bullet left.
happened.
Okay. Right.
Before
I
needing
think
to
I'm gonna have-
reload, which I think Evelyn has the reload.
Oh. I think this will have to be the kick some ass roll then. I'm gonna take Evelyn's gun and try to shoot it.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a kick some ass roll.
It is roll plus tough.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's fucking
Yo.
go. Let's fucking go.
Oh, that's not be it. Oh, it's just 2d plus 6.
2d6 plus your tough, whatever your tough is.
That is 0.
So plus 0. It's better than minus.
Yeah.
That is a... wait, what is it?
That's an 8, baby. Let's fucking
Oh,
go.
wow.
That's an 8. Alrighty.
That's a successful roll, baby. Let's fucking go.
You are able to... I assume you know you're shooting this thing in the head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question. This thing...
Yeah.
The shot goes straight through this creature's, like... It doesn't quite hit it in the eye, the way that Kenny's, like, crazy shot did, but it goes through its, like, neck. Like, its upper neck, like, right below where the chin would be. And you can see, like, blood... Or not blood, this green goo pouring out of it. And especially with, like, the collapsed... what is it? The collapsed head that it has now. It has taken some serious damage, but it does hear that. And in doing so, it is able to pinpoint you, and you can see it turn its mangled head in your direction, and it lunges at you, clawing at you for 2 damage. But this thing, as it's on top of you, beginning to claw its way, it maybe you probably have your hands up and your gun like between you and it as it's like mounted directly on top of you. And as it's like pushing on you, trying to like get its mangled face to grab your face, because obviously it can't really get it open. You can actually feel it like weakening, and you're actually able to fully, after taking the 2 damage, you're able to push it off, and it falls onto the floor, and it struggles trying to stand up. But it then kind of just trips again, and you can see this thing fall completely to the ground. And right now, all it's doing is it's not breathing, but it's doing this like gurgling, not gurgling. It's like this pulsating of its tentacles that are on its face. But it is not apt to give up. It is not looking good. You would estimate that it is dying in this moment.
Mm.
And actually, as this thing is laying here, Blake, you get another headache briefly. This does not feel like your aneurysm that you just had. But you feel like you feel this. It's hard to describe. It's like this headache in the front of your head, something that's just hard to understand why or where it's coming from, but it does not feel like a migraine or something. It's just something strange that's happening. You don't take any damage from it, though.
Ouch.
But this thing is now lying on the floor. What do you guys do?
Stomp on it.
I'm gonna shoot Evelyn.
All right. I don't think I'm gonna make you roll for that.
Okay, I'm shooting Evelyn.
No, don't shoot Evelyn.
Bruh.
Avery pees on it.
Logan, is something wrong with your webcam?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my webcam.
Okay.
It's been weird this entire session. I'm not doing that though. But yeah, Avery. Blake, did you said you were gonna stomp on it?
Stomp on its head.
Are you yelling that, or is that something that you're trying to do?
I'll do it.
All right. You, after setting your mother down fully onto the ground and making sure she's comfy, you limp over to this creature, and give it like, as best you can. You just start curb stomping it right in the tentacles.
Yeah.
And after a period of time, this the pulsating that it's doing with its the tentacles on its head, as well as the headache that you're vaguely feeling, both kind of go away.
I cured my headache.
And
I
for
should curb stop more often.
And for as far as the rest of you guys know, this thing is now dead.
Hooray!
Let's fucking go, baby! That's what I'm talking about.
We killed a squid.
All right, Evelyn, still being hurt, is on the wall. It's like vaguely, because she's still.
Will she remember that I shot her?
Oh yeah, no, she's awake.
Fuck. That's gonna be hard to talk through.
I missed. Sorry.
Yeah, she's not looking great, and neither is Corey.
I freaking missed.
So you guys might need to. You can actually see Corey is losing quite a bit of blood right now. Evelyn is not looking too good for wear as well, but the worst off right now is Corey. You are in surprisingly good spirits, Corey, but it is not looking good for you guys. So you need to wrap it up in GTFO.
Hey, we need a GTFO gang.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity to take everybody back to my my cool little surprise.
I forgot about that. All right.
Yeah, I know, right?
You guys help Evelyn down.
Swiftly beckon everybody outside and back to our ride.
Well,
Evelyn, right?
you guys quickly get Evelyn down from the thing. I think Neil and Avery, you guys both need are helping Corey's mom get out of the place. As she is paraplegic, and she's without wheelchair currently.
Right.
So she can't really take herself out. But you guys are able to get outside, and Vanilla Bean Jean takes a look at you guys, sees the absolutely horrid state that you guys are in, and puts his bong down and starts the car up again.
I squeeze Vanilla Bean Jean's head. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, if you.
Oh man.
But you guys are all able to get into the car, and Kenny, I think you hop in the passenger seat, and Melbean Jean is like, "Did you guys get it? Did you? Is a day saved?"
Say, fuck you, drive.
Yeah, Vanilla Bean Jean, we killed that thing. Now let's get the heck out of here.
All
Take
right.
me back to my place.
Oh, okay. And he starts. He was originally going to be going. He's like, I was originally going to go to the hospital. All right, I'll trust you, man. And
Yeah, just trust me.
he puts the bong down fully and picks up a blunt, pops it in his mouth, pulls down a pair of sunglasses, and starts speeding down the road in the direction of your
Yeah,
house.
he lit up his speed blunt.
He hit he switched from indica to sativa in this moment.
That's
He's
my
going
average
hard.
commute.
This man is driving.
Yeah, he's taking it seriously. You guys are able to get to Kenny's place. Blake, I don't think you take any additional harm. You're able to. There's a bunch of supplies in the back, and you're able to patch yourself up enough that you at the very least don't take an additional harm on the way to Kenny's place. But you are still not looking good for wear. So Kenny, describe. They get to your location, and everyone is carrying, I guess, everyone else into the house. You tell me.
Well, firstly, we walk into the mud room where everybody takes off their shoes.
The mud room?
Yeah, the mud room. That's a very common thing in Midwestern and Northern households where you don't track mud into the house. So you just take your shoes off there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, we'll swiftly, briskly walk while carrying our compatriots to my living room, where I push a bookcase. You know, like I've got like a bookshelf, but
Yeah.
it's like wall to wall, and I push in the third book from the left on the top shelf, and the whole wall, the whole bookcase just collapses into the ground, revealing a large room, an extremely large room that is filled with like militia equipment. It's an armory, basically, and it also is an infirmary. So it's got hospital beds and medical cabinets and all this stuff. And that's what I did with my level up, guys.
You built
I
a
got
fucking
a
bookcase?
no, I built a fucking emergency room.
Yeah, Kenny, tell
Oh,
us
even
tell us what you used your level up for specifically. What's it? What is this called?
My level up is called a haven, and it says get a haven like the expert has with 2 options fulfilled. And if you look at the expert, it has an option for a haven. It says you set up a haven, a safe place to work. Pick some of the options below for your haven. And my options that I've chosen are the armory and the infirmary, where I can heal people and have the space for 1 or 2 to recuperate. Logan gets to decide for how long it takes for them to become healthy again, but for the armory, we now each get an option to roll for a special weapon with our weird multiplier. And on a 7, on anything greater than a 7, we have the weapon in moderation. Like if you had if you like requested a rocket launcher, if you rolled a 7, you'd have a rocket launcher with like 1 or 2 rockets, right? But if you rolled a fucking 12, you'd have a rocket launcher with like an entire small military's amount of ammunition. Like
Maybe even 2 rocket launchers.
yeah, you might get 2 rocket launchers like
a
that.
rocket launcher that shoots rocket launchers.
Yeah, which also
Yeah.
shoot rocket launchers, which shoot
Wow.
small Kennys who stab the enemy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are able to get to this. Kenny, your infirmary has everything you need to stabilize people. So, and you, when you were taken to the hospital, you were just kind of in recovery mode, and especially with the fact that you were taken there. So, and you passed out after getting chomped the first time. So you weren't able to be like, "Hey, take me back to my place. I got a thing." Or actually, was this built afterwards?
This was a brainchild of mine that I brainstormed while I was in the hospital, and I had some workers come in.
Oh yeah, you've got connections. So you had people
I
come
got
in
connections.
while you were out,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't want to go to the fucking hospital again.
Exactly.
So you're able to you are experienced enough that you're able to at the very least stabilize Corey and Evelyn. So they are no longer. You guys would no longer take damage. Evelyn is at 4 damage currently. And but you realize that you do need someone who is far more knowledgeable on medicine in order to help these guys fully recover in this moment.
And that's when I call the nice doctor lady who helped us in the hospital, who's affiliated with the old hippie fucks whose name I can't remember.
The Flatters.
What's your group's
The
name?
Flatters.
The Flatters.
The
Yeah.
Flatters.
I retconned why I called them the Flatters. I want you to know, I came up with the name on the spot, not realizing that I was going to have to come up with a name. But
Yeah.
they're called the Flatters now because what they were fighting were essentially slugs the first time, and they got really, after they killed them, they made the group. They're like, we're the Flatters because they fucking just stomped on all the slugs. They flattened them.
Yeah.
Flatten them
Yeah.
And so they really got like,
Laughing.
I think the term is chinumbio or whatever it is in Japanese. The idea of like, yeah, we're
Chinubio?
cool, we're fucking cool. So we're a specialized group that's built to take these guys down with the Flatters. We flatten them, but they never. Not much else came of it.
We squish them between our toes.
We squish them between our our floor slappers.
Ew.
But yeah, Kenny, do you give Dr. Judy Smithers a call?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna give her a call. That's my bae.
All right. You have her number.
I do. Got her on speed dial. You know how it is.
So go ahead and ring her up.
Which one?
Yeah, that's a good question. Answer that first. Which number in speed dial is she? How high up is she?
Oh, she's
You
not
know
high.
a real
She's
fan.
6.
Oh, she's 6. Oh, that's pretty
Yo.
good. Dr. Smithers.
Hello. Hi, Dr. Smithers. This is Avery from the hospital. Do you remember?
No.
Yes,
That was the
Avery. Avery. Yes.
Listen,
How can
I'm
I
here
help?
I'm here with Vanilla Bean Jean at my house. We got into a bit of
Hey,
trouble
man!
with these things.
Hey, Judy.
Jean, shut the fuck up, please, dude.
Okay.
God, stop it.
I resist my urge to
But
squeeze his head.
Corey and Corey's mom and Evelyn, who you didn't meet, but the other patient that was in the hospital with me, she's hurt again, and we need help. Can you come to my place? I have equipment. Don't worry about it.
She was kind of nonchalant about your call at first, but surprisingly, upon hearing Vanilla Bean Jean's voice in the background, and then that some people were hurt, she's like, shoot, okay, message me your address. Wait, no, I'm doing Evelyn's voice. Message me your address. I'll be there momentarily.
Thanks, Judy.
Don't call me. And then you hang up.
Yeah, I hung up really fast.
She gets there in like 30 minutes, which is actually pretty good because she must have been speeding like a motherfucker to get there. And she's able to fully help stabilize you guys. But so you guys spend some extra time here after this fight. I assume you debrief Vanilla Bean Jean and Judy on everything that has happened thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Correct.
Evelyn is looking better. Hold on, I think let me check something real quick. Blake, heal 2 harm right now.
Okay.
Yeah, this
I'm
is a
at
good
1
move.
harm. Can I top that off?
No, because right now we are healing 2 people mainly. I'll tell you by next session you won't have any harm. But it would need to be addressed for Corey, because really just resting at this point for what you guys have should be fine. But yeah, you debrief the 2 of them, and they're like, okay, looks like We didn't know sunlight works on him too, I guess. We just kind of squished him until all of them was goo.
I'll squish you until you're goo, I tell him.
Yeah, I don't think that one likes me very much. Uh, do you...
As an empath, I can kind of sense
Yeah, I'm getting the
that one over
sense.
there doesn't like me very much.
I'm really getting the sense. I'm not liking your vibe, man. I feel like your vibes are not vibing with me. I
I'm
guess...
on my phone. I didn't hear what he said.
I guess also the question is, Blake performed actual psionics in front of you. This is not something any of you guys have seen yet. Do you tell Vanilla Bean Jean and Judy about this?
Absolutely not. Judy's a doctor. She has a medical requirement to report
Neil?
crazy happenings sometimes.
Sam?
Oh.
All right.
About what?
Do you reveal the fact that Blake apparently performed psionics in front of you?
I do not.
Okay, so you guys are in essentially agreement that you're not going to talk about it. So after you
Do I know
debrief
I
them,
did
they
it?
kind of, huh?
Do I know that I did it?
Oh yeah, you're. I think you are actively aware. You're aware of your abilities, right?
I guess now I am.
Were you not before, and they were just kind of there, and you were just like,
Yeah,
it's whatever, it's a thing.
yeah,
Yeah, you are now aware. Maybe you weren't aware of exactly how or why they existed before, and maybe you thought that you were just like faking it till you made it, and it was just somehow working out for things like Jedi mind freaking that one guy.
yeah.
But you are now also aware that you have this, and whatever your character's response is to that, I guess we will treat eventually. But after a while, those two having helped heal as much as is necessary right now, Vanilla Bean, Jean, and Judy end up popping out. Judy mentions, "I'll be back tomorrow to check up on Corey and Evelyn, and I think by then, chances are by then, they won't need anything more than just bed rest. So I will
Take
be
the
back."
hippie with you.
All right, man. I'll see you on the flip, slime.
Please,
Yeah.
please get the fuck out of here, Vanilla Bean Jean.
All right, man. And he heads out. And after this long ordeal, with your mom being as gone as she was, like Avery, you give everyone some food from your house. I'm gonna assume you being a gracious host.
Yeah, the cabinets are stocked enough,
Yeah,
but
you're a
it's like
doomsday prepper.
it's
Do you
like
have Uncrustables?
yeah, it's like mostly non-perishable, so you don't have like any. I don't have anything like cool or good
No Uncrustables?
outside of my favorite snacks, which just so happens to be Sour Patch Kids.
But yeah,
It's not
Blake.
food. That would help me. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared to always help you.
I want an Uncrustable.
You should DoorDash some fucking McDonald's or something. I don't know.
Do you really want DoorDash to know your location, Kenny?
Good point.
Riddle me this. But yeah, everyone, gets some food. Blake, your mom is very in and out of consciousness, and she's able to like eat some soup and just be like, "Oh, hey," before really just kind of going back to sleep. But she's doing well. She's gonna be all right. And you're able to, I think, after talking with some of the flatters, somebody was able to bring one of the wheelchairs over here so that when she was feeling better, she could hop out. But in this moment, Evelyn and Jane Casper are resting, and this is, I guess, a moment where it's just the three of you guys still just chilling with Blake and hooked up to IVs and all that shit, and you two just kind of sitting around.
Nice.
How's Evelyn's condition?
Oh, she's looking fine.
Okay.
Judy healed her up good. She'll be good in like it all it takes at this point is rest for the most part for both of these guys, for Corey and for Evelyn.
Okay.
She was stabilized and all that stuff. She's just injured at this point, but she's currently just like resting, as well as Corey's mom.
So,
And you guys have a moment after this entire
Corey's
experience.
mom has got it going on.
Yeah, that's kind of a cover, man. She's like dead or dying. Take that back.
Corey's mom doesn't have it going on.
I squish his head like a grape.
I think I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna
Can
stumble
you
across
roll
something
for that?
important.
I don't have to.
Avery, you feel a vague squeezing sensation around your head, but it definitely doesn't do anything.
I'm kind of freaked out.
That was me at
I'm
1%
mildly
power.
freaked out. Yeah.
Neil,
Am I able to?
you said you're gonna discover something here.
Yeah.
All right. This is. You check your backpack. After a long while, and you find that this translucent orb that you had beforehand inside of the backpack this entire time has mostly remained unchanged. It seems to have dried out a lot on the outside, but now it seems to be like pulsating, and you don't know how long. Like intermittently glowing. Like it flashes for a brief second, like very dimly, and then flashes again, and flashes again. And actually, after you pulled it out of your backpack, Blake, you didn't notice it before because you're just in general pain all over. But him bringing that out and bringing that closer to you guys, you do get a headache again.
Get that shit out of here. It hurts my noggin.
And I think the thing that you discover, Sam, is that there might be more to to Corey's headaches in relation to this.
Okay. I was thinking about that, like before, like when you first mentioned it. But okay.
You are now
Yeah,
aware
makes
in
sense.
character. I think that's a good
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
of
In
this.
character. Yeah. Hmm.
I can see this, Kenny.
I know.
Are you going to act on this, Sam? I mean, all the other NPCs are currently essentially resting right now and like asleep. So this is a private conversation, but the flatters have like departed for the day.
Okay. What are you thinking about this, Avery?
You know, I'll
I
actually
don't know,
say,
maybe
Avery, you have no clue what the fuck he's talking about, except for the fact that it's glowing. You don't know
Yeah,
about
I mean, I kind of caught it when you guys threw it at me. I tried to gulp it, and then it didn't work out for me. And then I just kind of got rid of it. I don't know. I don't
Let's
know jack
open
shit
it.
about this thing.
Okay. It looks like this seems to have an effect on Corey's headaches.
Let's open it. And maybe my headache will go away.
I don't think we
Maybe
can
your
open
head will
it.
go away.
Make your head go away.
Well, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should keep it?
Get rid of it, or can he eat it? One way or the other, it needs to go, or else my head's gonna explode.
Oh, oh no, we gotta put this somewhere then. Do you know if there's a place we can store it around your place? Or do you think I should keep this in my backpack?
I wouldn't keep it on you.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hide it under your bed, Avery.
yeah, I can't wait to have the glowing dragon ball hiding underneath my fucking bed. I can't wait for Shenron to explode from out from underneath my bed.
Well, then you'll get a wish.
Blake, you're starting to notice as you guys are having this conversation that your headaches are actually coinciding with the glowing on this thing.
Yep, my head is pulsing because that thing is, so we gotta do something about that.
It's not doing
Okay, throw it
actual
in my
harm, but
closet.
it's definitely weird.
Throw it in my closet.
All right then. I shove it.
Out of
I shove it in
sight,
this closet.
out of mind.
All right, as it's moving away from you, Blake, you do feel your headache let up, and he puts it in the closet. And if the headache is there, it's no different than whatever the rest of the pain in your body is. So for as far as you care, it's not there.
Is this my child or something?
I don't think it's your child, but maybe it's from the monster that we defeated.
Maybe the monster got a piece of my skin flake and embryoed a little me inside of there. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible if you believe.
Hmm.
Lest we forget, in case you forgot, Blake, you do have a few moves, some of which that you haven't actually used yet. I don't know if you've been actively holding back on them or if you've just forgotten they're there.
I have not been. I don't think any of them suit right now.
Alrighty.
Question about my character.
Yeah.
So I'm still on 3 harm, right?
Yeah, but right now you're not unstable. That you're not hurt enough that you require medical attention in this moment.
Okay, gotcha.
You guys kind of toughened up, and that's my in-universe way of explaining that we don't need to take you guys to the hospital for every single injury that happens.
Gotcha. Okay.
Blake, what are the abilities that you currently have marked down?
Telepathy, premonitions, tune in, and big whammy.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you guys are wanting to do? You've put the thing in the closet. Y'all are chilling after the situation.
I think we just stored in our head that this sphere membrane thing that glows is somehow connected to Corey's headaches.
Yep.
And that
That's
we
my
need to be
child.
careful.
It'll spawn a mini me.
All right. Then with that, you guys rest up. Feel free to take. Everyone take 2 harm off. And
Another
we
2
have,
harm off?
Yeah, you go ahead and take another 2 harm off. You guys don't need to spend every. I took a look a bit more at the healing situation. You guys did need to go to the hospital for the first one to introduce you to Judy the first time, but now healing's going to be a lot less cumbersome for y'all. It is now a Monday, and there were, upon waking up, you guys staying over, I assume, Blake, your dad is still out, so he didn't notice
No.
the absence of you and your mom over the course of the weekend. Neil, you really only live with your caretaker, who is also here, and so nobody really has to explain anything to anybody. But it comes Monday, and Kenny, looking at all of the information that you constantly pour into your brain every night, or every morning, there didn't seem to be any abductions or strange sightings throughout the town. Whatever had happened seems to have finally come to an end to some degree. Corey, you, I assume, probably still need to take some rest. Your mom is still resting here, and
I can rest and stream.
you do need like
Wait.
a little bit of.
Sonic Adventure 2 can fucking wait, Corey. Jeez.
Actually, you're probably good to leave if your character wants.
Yeah, I want to play Sonic Adventure.
All right, then your mom still needs another day of rest here, so chances are you'd be getting a ride with either probably with Neil. I guess he'd probably have to ask for, because Evelyn is also still resting another.
Neil, you can drive?
Or not Neil, sorry, Avery.
I'm a big driver.
Can you drive me? I'm sorry about what you do, Avery.
Yeah, but you have to give me a sub to your Twitch stream so I can go to bed watching you play Sonic Adventure 2.
I'm not an affiliate yet.
L nerd. Okay. Backseat then.
But yeah, you guys go out on about your day, Neil. It is a Monday now. You have to go to school. You're still looking a little banged up from your weekend, but you're able to go through your classes without too much issue. You in the halls in between your second to last and your last class, you once again run into your bully, Ben Stewart, who tries to push you to the ground.
What was his catchphrase? Didn't he say something weird?
I don't know.
I think he did.
He might have. That was like 3 sessions ago, so I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a
I
while.
remember him saying something weird that made me laugh. I don't remember what it was.
He tries to push you to the ground, Neil, but you can see him coming this time, and maybe you're not as apt to be pushed around anymore.
Did he
Yeah,
like call
got
him
a
like
little-
fuck ass or something?
I've gotten instead of the little timid look on my face, I have a tiny bit of anger to my eyebrows.
Yeah, you can see it, and he, like, as he goes to push you, he's never really seen you fight back for anything. You've always just kind of, I guess your character would be best described as, up until now, a wallflower.
Yeah.
And so you're an easy target. This guy isn't even like a bully in the school. He's like low-hanging fruit for actual bullies, and you were just lower on the totem pole than him. But he sees that look in your eye, and he, as he was just walking up to you, getting ready to mess with you however he does, you look at him, and he like looks up and keeps walking, like, So maybe you take some solace with that, and the friend that you've been making, Penny, pops around the corner and is like, "Yo, you scared the shit out of him."
Oh, really? Didn't see anything. You just walked past me.
Yeah, you gotta. I don't know what happened, but you're a lot more confident than you were leaving class last Friday.
Yeah. Let's just say a lot happened over the weekend.
Oh, big video game tournament. Maybe you win. I know that'd bring me up. You play League?
She plays League? Oh no. No, don't do it, Neil.
Oh. Oh.
play League.
Fucking rip this teacher, bro. Fucking rest in peace. Your teacher plays League of Legends.
No, that's the chick who's been hanging out with him, who's in his class.
Yeah, it's not the
true.
teacher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't say anything about like inviting her to League or anything like that. I guess it's more of like a VR game that I've been playing.
Well, all right. Maybe I'll try it one of these days. You'll have to let me know. And she heads off towards her locker. Obviously, you do not want that to happen, but you can't really tell her. But you finish your day, and you feel a lot more fulfilled after this whole situation. After this weekend, maybe you feel like that feeling of what is it? Let me pull a direct phrase. Maybe you feel a little bit more fulfilled than you had before. That fulfillment that you've been looking for. Especially knowing that you planted essentially the killing blow right in between this monster's eyes. But
You're fulfilled and red-pilled.
it feels a little bit more like you've found something important to do.
Mm-hmm.
Avery, how are you spending your day after a little bit of recovery?
I've locked myself away in my room, and I'm beating my meat vigorously.
My man.
Of course.
My man.
Roll to beat.
Don't roll to beat, please.
It's
Please don't roll to
tough,
beat.
Okay.
No.
All of my fake, fucked up rolls have gone really well. So let's just check out this one.
Okay, I am curious. Let's see.
Wait, slash roll now. 2d6. Can I do? Okay, what would this be? This is an act under pressure. This is like use magic or some shit.
Oh no, this is plus weird for sure.
Roll 2d64.
Okay, that's a 0 for me.
An 11.
Yeah,
No way.
I'm beating it.
Are you gonna use luck?
Yeah, I suppose so. What mids to beat 17 females walk into my room, or not walk into, they'll appear out
You're
of
locked
thin
in your
air
fucking
from the wall.
house.
Yes, I know. Like 36 women have just like stumbled in through the window to my room on the second floor of my house. And we're just having ravishing sex. It's very common.
Oh god.
You finished a glorious session of meat beating.
Good use of my time. I used up a luck roll on fucking having sex.
Take 2 harm.
And you are
Take
able
two
to take
harm.
actually remove 2 harm. It was that good.
Oh my god.
Remove 2
The
harm,
mental
Kenny.
clarity is insane.
Remove 2 harm, Kenny.
No
For
way.
real.
I'm at
No, we are-
-2 harm.
Congratulations, you gained more health. And you finish your morning routine, and I assume you have a full fucking computer set up, so I'm gonna say afterwards,
Yeah.
and you check your phone, and you realize you actually have a message from Dr. Smithers. Saying something about was concerned about some story my understudy had told me, and checked the footage. Who the fuck was that guy who came into your room? Referring to that strange cop who appeared in. It wasn't who the fuck. It wasn't who the fuck was it. I don't know who that person is who went into your room, but I don't know if you know this, but that wasn't actually a police officer.
Yeah,
So guess right.
I could tell.
I assume you text her
Officer
this.
Finch. I'll be looking into him shortly.
But perhaps you get on that trying to unravel a little bit more of exactly why Officer Finch wanted to know exactly where the bodies were, where the body of the dog was, as well as the, I guess, name and location of the other two.
Yeah, of Corey and
She
Neil.
mentions, as far as she can tell, he seemed to infiltrate the hospital, comb through their web services to find the one person who seems to have lacerations, and came to your room. And thinking back, you actually recall that every time or the first couple of times he said your name, he did actually check the sheet, and he never used your first name.
Yeah, Mr. Strom every time. Interesting.
So maybe you find that to be interesting. And Corey, as you're chilling at home, continuing to stream Sonic Adventure 2 for the 24th hour,
What?
you've been streaming Sonic Adventure 2 for God knows how long, right?
Yes.
You finish the game and then play it again. That's your whole spiel.
Speedrun it.
Yeah, you speedrunning it. Do you get good times as speedrunning?
No.
No,
Horrible
okay.
times.
But you do find that that one follower that you lost, you gained back after finally getting in the top 500 for the speedrun category.
I smile.
How many people play that game? 499.
504.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And you're just resting and relaxing, waiting for essentially just
Resting and relaxing, feeling all cool.
just excited that things are going back to normal. And we the audience, us who are playing the game, are looking back into that room that everyone was being healed up in. And we're able to see where Corey's mom and Evelyn are having a friendly little chat. And we continue to move in towards the closet where this sphere is sitting. And as we look inside there, we can see that it's glowing in the same way that it was before and pulsating. And we now pan to a completely different scene of this dark chamber where there is a large malformed shape with a singular spherical light glowing at roughly the same pace before the glowing stops on that, and it proceeds to move its previously rested tentacles upwards through the ceiling. And that is where we're going to end our session.
A child.
A child.
And so, let me ask some questions for you guys. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Oh yeah, baby.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Absolutely.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
I'd say maybe.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, everyone take 2 experience.
Corey has powers.
So that means
I level up again. Woo!
Oh, fuck. I level up again, too.
Logan.
Yep.
So, this tentacle thing? Could you just quickly reiterate where exactly it is?
We don't see. It's somewhere in a dark. All you can see is some vague malformed shape in this room with a glowing The same color, a small section of its head glowing in that same exact color as the orb. Before the glowing stops, and the room vibrates as it begins to lift its tentacles.
Hmm.
But you
Interesting.
do not. But we, the audience, do not see enough of it, and that concludes the current mystery.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Logan, I don't suppose I understand the take a move from another playbook aspect of my improvements.
Mm-hmm. What's your question?
What exactly is that meaning? Take a move from another playbook.
You can look at. Well, let's use Neil's for example. You could look at the mundane, and you can choose to take something like Power of the Heart. When fighting a monster, if you help someone, don't roll plus cool, you automatically help as though you rolled a 10. You know how you have net friends and sneak attack?
Yes.
You just steal one of those abilities from any other class.
Holy fuck.
Now, I will say, as I did before, I need you to be able to explain this to me in a reasonable way.
Give a reason.
Give a reason, because you pulling from the Divine playbook Smite or Angel Wings would be a little far fetched for me. Angel Wings being you can instantly go anywhere you've visited before or to a person you know well. Like that would be, you know. So yeah, take a look around. Blake,
What?
you leveled up too, right?
Yes.
So you get one of your things. I was just explaining to Kenny. Oh, you did?
I did plus charm.
Ooh, very nice.
So I'm 0. I don't have any negatives anymore.
And Neil, did you get a level up?
No, I only have 3 experience.
You only have 3 experience. How much do you need? You need.
Wait, have you gotten
6.
a level up at all?
No, I don't think you did.
I think I've gotten like 1. No level up. No.
Well, you have to have. We started today by saying that we get it instantly +3.
And then the end of
Or
the session, we
+2.
got +2.
Yeah, we have +3, and we just got +2, so you have +5.
Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't keeping track of that then. Okay.
Yes, you for sure have to have a level at this point.
Hold on, I'm
Right.
now I'm looking through the logs. I'm gonna see what you rolled.
Nah, he rolled solid, bro.
He's always rolled a
Just
good.
based off of the end of session
Let's see, 9.
stuff, he has a level.
You rolled a 9. You've rolled a 10. You
He's
rolled a
always rolled
12.
good.
You rolled a 7.
It's kind of stupid. I haven't rolled anything like less than a 6.
You rolled an 8. You rolled another 8. You rolled a 9. You rolled another 8. Those are all of your rolls. You never rolled below 7.
I'm expecting this next session to be my worst then.
But yeah, you get a free level up. And
Okay.
so, because this is your first time leveling up, in case you didn't know, on the second page of your sheet, there's something called improvements. You get to pick one of them. You can only get advanced improvements after you've already leveled up 5 times.
Okay.
But if you choose to take a move from another playbook, you can. I think that might be what Kenny's doing. You can look at essentially like another class and see what one of their moves and be like, oh, I want that. You also get the option of take another move from the mundane playbook. Like if you wanted Power of Heart or let's get out of here, type shit. You always could do that.
Yeah.
I think I've leveled up 4 times.
Yeah, you've rolled doggy quite a bit.
Yes.
but like
I
I
only
said,
roll well for the stupid shit, like how long my shaft is and how many women I sleep with.
it's very funny. And exactly how hard you masturbate.
Yeah, so hard.
How
So
hard?
hard. It falls off. You lost a whole inch. But it was worth it. But if you guys end up making your choice and you don't want to reveal it to the group at large, shoot it to me as a secret chat. Kenny, you got to do it last time. This is the end of the session, and actually the end of this initial mystery. So the next time we play, if you guys... Well, let me ask. This is technically the end of the mystery, not necessarily the campaign. Are you guys still good to continue to play this every now and then?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. The next time we play, it will be a brand new mystery. In the same world, but whatever the boss monster is not going to be the same thing you just fought. I'll tell you that.
Can I pop someone's noggin?
Yes, sir.
Can I pop your noggin?
No. I'm the DM. I'm God. I'll pop yours. Your head
What if I
twists
level up?
360 degrees and lifts straight off your body. Everyone gets scared, but you're dead. Kenny, you got the honors last time. Sam, Blake, do you want to say the words that I end my stream with?
That felony I was convicted of in 2012 is not real.
I'll say it. Even a worm will turn